And we're live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is ArrowFyre. Welcome to Let's Talk Transformers, episode 24. I am joined this evening by three lovely co-hosts. I have Ed, Thoughts of Iacon, Phil, Plastic Craic, and Primetime Moff from Primetime Toys. I actually said that right this time. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me this evening. Just to let you all know who are watching, quick disclaimer at the start. This is primarily going to be a third-party discussion topic for the evening, whereas with other live streams, we like to keep it fresh and moving around from topic to topic. But tonight, as the gentlemen I've asked to come on are quite third-party minded themselves, I thought it would be good to kind of go into the deeper realms of third-party, but keeping third-party as the sole topic. If you're not around for that, and I've just seen a few people dropping off, fair enough. If you're not here for it, it's no pressure. It's not everyone's cup of tea, I understand. But before we go into that, we are going to go into some news items. Now, I should have had this ready. There we go. Come on. That's good. There's not been that much news items, but a few things to discuss. Not necessarily third party, but news nevertheless. Can you see a certain red thing?
Yay.
Right. Missing link Ironhide. What is people's thoughts of this? Are we thinking that a headless, even though the faux head is actually hiding there in the chest? I just noticed that.
Looking a bit two-faced there, isn't he?
No, good lord. Called red-faced. What do you reckon? Do you think this is the necessary next step of a character for Missing Link?
I think I'm clearly going to get it because I love Missing Link. The thing I'm most interested to see is if they create a legacy mode with it, if the head's attached to the backpack and the backpack's removable.
Yeah,
I can see it maybe coming with a second sled and the backpack being removable and it being about £150. If it's got the sled and that bit, I can't see them just making that and having it not being able to be displayed, but you never know. I'll still get it because I'm sure it'll still be amazing. And I'm a sucker, so.
I mean, missing Link's not cheap. I've got two Missing Link figures, but I'm in the process of selling one. But I've got the Sentinel Prime, which I absolutely love. Glorious yellow and brilliant. But it's just
which one are you selling?
I'm selling RC, pink RC, to be honest. Not that I disliked it in any way, shape, or form. She's very small. She's very dinky. You can just see her there over my shoulder, and she's nice. But I mean, Magnus is 120 quid. Missing Link is not cheap.
Magnus was 140 at least, and that was, and the RRP on Pulse I think was 180.
Yeah,
they're not cheap. I bought RC twice. I bought the prototype one as well.
You did. I saw that one. Yeah. I mean, I for why I got it was very much, and I've said this before, so I won't go on about it. But Missing Link is a bit like, as the name suggests, what we didn't get. So RC, that's why I went for RC, because we never had her before. So it's finally scratching that itch. I can see the appeal, like the sunstreakers, the articulation. It does look cool, but it looking like if we're going down the route of Ironhide, I could see Prowl next. I could see Jazz is always a problem, but it just seems to be selling.
I'd love Wheeljack.
Yeah, I'd love Wheeljack. I'm into that. And that's one you look at this and go, you're going to get a Ratchet.
Oh, 100%.
But the interesting bit for me is I'll let you feel. Missing Link's probably my favourite official line just now. I just absolutely love it. Every time it comes in, it's just this is amazing. Even to toys where, I didn't have Sunstreaker, so I didn't have it was a whole new toy to me. But like a Prime or a Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, toys that I know so well, and even when the second version of Bumblebee and Cliffjumper came out, and I remember going, am I really that excited? See, as soon as I opened it, I was like, yeah, I am. This is just brilliant. I only had 13 Transformers as a kid, and I coveted the crap out of that first year's worth of Transformers. So most of the Missing Link has just been everything I've wanted for a kid. And this is just, I think this is the next evolution of the Missing Link, because I think
Yeah.
I've not got Ultra Magnus yet. Like, my stuff comes, I get mine with a bit of stock, and it comes a wee bit later than the DLCs, which is fine. So I don't have Ultra Magnus yet, but they've all just been so good. And the RC was the one that was just like, this is the weirdest thing to experience something that is essentially the first G1 Transformer since, the 90s is just unreal. This is great. Like, I'm really keen on this. Like, I've got Missing Link. To be fair, Missing Link has invigorated me to go out and go, do you know what? I always wanted that first wave of G1. I'm going to buy them all, but I decided I wasn't going to transform them all to add them all and sit one day and just have that childhood experience. So I've got an Ironhide sitting there in alt mode, not transformed yet, and I'm like, oh god, am I going to end up having to? I'm going to have to rush and finish this wee small collection I'm doing at TFN in August, just so that I experience the original, so that I can then experience this. But
they're so easy to flip back and forwards as well, and obviously we're talking about third parties, so that's a pertinent topic because they're not. So they're so easy to flip back and forwards. The deco where you've got the stickers, which are molded and painted, are unbelievable.
Yeah.
I love them. Most exciting thing, and they love their repaints. You're going to get that black Iacon one as well out of Ironhide, aren't you?
I think that was the cool bit with the Ultra Magnus, although I've not got it yet, is the fact that they have, with the Prime, it's not just a repaint, it's a slight remoulding with the change of the stickers. And that's, Takara are just putting so much care and love into these products. Like the packaging, the styrofoam, every aspect of it just
the knees of Ultra Magnus hinge forwards on a new joint as well. The knee decals, so you can bend the knee. That's new engineering, and you can actually unhook the leg as well from the stopper to give them a wider range of motion if you remove the white robot legs. So
if you when I was taking a look at them, Sentinel just recently, and then Ultra Magnus last week, and I was comparing them with the previous, I don't have an original Magnus, I just have the one from 2000, the JAFCON exclusive one. And when I was comparing them, when you look at just the Prime module, if you want to call it, that's probably about, I'd say conservative, that's about 80% new engineering on it. Aside from your smokestacks, your wheels, tires, and probably the die-cast front-end cab, everything else is redesigned and remolded for that piece. Same with Magnus's trailer. That is just completely and utterly a full redesign.
Oh, that's a complete from the ground up. How they've done that is incredible.
If Takara follow their previous form, I think what we are going to get from Missing Link is we're going to keep getting these initially anyway, with the exception of Grimlock and the aforementioned RC. We're going to see them release figures that they can do the double or triple dip with and do repaints. So Magnus, we're going to get Delta Magnus. Prime, we've got Sentinel. Ironhide, we're going to get Ratchet. And yes, we'll probably get the Black Diaclone Ironhide. What I find interesting about this Ironhide is it's not a criticism or a complaint, but just that initial image there, I can see where they're going with the engineering, but is it taking it a bit too far from the ethos of Missing Link? Because it's interesting to know that only a moment ago, I think it was you that mentioned it about we got RC, which we never got in the original lineup, but I'd always interpreted Missing Link being kind of an evolution from the original G1 toy at midpoint and then going towards Masterpiece or other highly articulated figures, rather than giving us a piece that never existed in the first place. Not that it doesn't fit in that line, it does. But I think initially just looking at Ironhide here, is it kind of elaborating on the original design too much?
Yeah, and I think this is when you think how Missing Link was come out, Prime was the first, wasn't he? With modern engineering.
Yeah.
It wasn't, to me, Missing Link. It was reissue Prime with new tech, which is what I see of this with Ironhide. which I'm not saying is bad or a problem.
No.
But RC was missing link, what we didn't got. And all the talk of the Unicron prototype and things like that, the things we didn't get. Great. That's what it kind of should be. I'm not saying you can't have the Cyanhide or the Prime like that before, but as you say, it's not, I think, what people are under the impression what missing link is. That's like, I don't know, G1 enhanced to give it another term.
It's definitely a split, isn't it, between the two types? But with RC and him, and then the rest of them, it's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and someone's just said in the chat, Bill, quite rightly so, has said it has to be updated because if Missing Link came out and he still had sticker head, square head, could you imagine that for £150? The uproar.
I think that actually makes it is the point of Missing Link for me has always been it's the toy you wanted as a kid and aimed it at the guy on head as a kid in the nicest way. What the head? Like surely every time I had gone, why have I not got a head? Like I've heard stories of people actually going, is the head missing? So for me it's giving you what the G1 should have been, or could have been if they had the technology back then. So
yeah,
but
that's basically how a lot of people are selling it.
Much more pictures need to be seen and transformation. See how it really works.
Absolutely. Okay. Right. Well, quickly go on to other news. It's a flick through. We have got X-Transbots with their Lignite. What is this? Remind me. I remember seeing this.
So Transformer.
What is this? Yes. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Thank you. And next sarcastic answer, please.
I don't know whether he wants.
Is this? It's not like a Diaclone remold, is it, or another? I don't know what part of the continuity this comes from, or if I did.
I have no idea. I'm hoping someone in the chat knows because I don't have a clue.
Do sound off in the chat if you know, but it is X-Transbot's long haul mold that's been reused. I wonder if it's like Japanese continuities and something like that, the very end depths of Transformers that I have lost track of. Oh, heads off. But yeah, it's been up for pre-order and now people are getting it. But if you've had that mold from before, it's a brilliant mold. It's probably, in my opinion, as X-Transbot's best ever figure. So that's now coming out as they're reissuing a lot of that mold at the moment to get some income. Okay, on to
the Generations book and see if there's anything equates to that figure. Because when I first saw that, I thought,
love it.
Who the hell's
that? We've had this from Guyver 4002. It's Headmaster Power Master era. So that's going to Japanese, which is good because I know very little about it. But whilst you're going through it, and thanks for doing the research for us, this is Rising Force Fall of Cybertron with Swindle, and actually is not motorized, but the wheels do spin quite nicely. I've only got one image at the moment. I think it's really cool that we're getting the full. Go on, what's it?
It looks like it is a third-party version of Landfill.
Ah, right, that was it. Landfill.
There we go. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there. There we go.
I'll put your big screen.
Good shoot.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Nicely found. Nice.
Well played.
Cool. So that's it.
Always make sure you read.
Or Wikipedia. Other Googles are available.
No.
Yes, so it's pretty cool that we're getting Fall of Cybertron toys. Is it a bit late in the day to be releasing toys though of this? I mean, as great as it was, and it was, and still is, I feel like these are 5 years too late.
I wondered when I first saw these. So remember that, like maybe a year, 2 years ago, there was the rumor of it getting remastered or re-released into the store, and it was like a listing. I wonder if a company, right, like they have looked at it and went, "Oh, there's going to be a re-release of this. We've got these ready to kind of go. Let's push them forward," which would make sense.
Yeah.
Like if that game came back out and there was an excitement again, it would make people go, "Oh, I quite fancy a good version of these," but it's never happened. So. I think your answer to yours right now, it's too late in the game. Like that doesn't excite me.
Every few months, the rumors coming back out as well, isn't there? People just decide that it's going to be Xbox is going to make
more in hope than expectation. I think it's like, look, don't get me wrong, it'd be great if it came back out, but you need like a I don't know, like Moff said, you need like a press release saying Hasbro's going to go and do this as a new digital market, and it's bringing it back out on a PlayStation, Xbox, all the rest of that, and then do the figures. As great as this was, this is just not going to fly off the shelf, however good it was.
Sorry, I must have missed it.
Okay.
Who is that? Sorry.
This is a Rising Force with their Fall of Cybertron swindle. So they're going down the realms of Combaticons, which was a great level in the game, destroying an Autobot base. And it was good. But it's also, 2014? Long time past. Okay, on to one that you'll know, Moff, certainly for stocking-wise, Doctor Wu with Devastator. He's a stompy boy, isn't he?
And Dreamwave War Within styled as well. Like, I didn't see that coming. I was expecting this just to get normal Devastator to do this. Is kind of very interesting. Yeah.
Bone Crusher's gone very curvy there, hasn't he? You take it you'll be stocking this?
Yes. Hopefully pre-order listing if I get round to it tomorrow. Just everything's so slow with TF UK Con. I've confirmed my stock. I just need to list them up for pre-order. They come out June, July, and August. The sets of 2. So I can't remember which order. But Pack A June, Pack B July, Pack C August. But
are they doing 2 and 2? Is that how they ship the releases?
They're quite good at doing like kind of general. Their figures are packs of 2. So.
Oh yeah, I've seen those before. Yeah. Oh, cool. Another Devastator. We haven't got enough of those, have we?
Oh, but it's great fun.
Yeah, true. We've seen this before, but I just wanted to pick this up because of the bloody name. They're called a green glow-in-the-dark Unicron from Zeta. Let's call it what it is. Studio 01, and they called it Bacteria. And it's green. I mean, bloody hell. Oh, you could have called it anything else.
Yeah.
Phil, I know you...
Maybe don't declare that on the shipping form when it's coming from China.
That's a thought, yeah. Here we go again.
Could be a difficult one.
Yeah. Phil, I know you're a fan of this mold, aren't you?
Yeah.
Snotty
I've got the normal one up there. It's a beautiful figure. That one looks absolutely mental, but I don't have enough room for both. And I don't think I wouldn't pay the asking price for that, but it's nice to look at other people having it.
I wasn't fussed with it. Like a lot of stupidly collect Unicron figures. I don't like what's wrong with me. But when it first announced, I was like, I got TF in Manchester last year. I got is it Armada or Energon, the original kind of game? So
yeah.
I got that. I've never opened the box. I just thought it was so cool in the box. I've never opened it.
It is cool.
I was like, I'm not really fussed with the green. And then I saw it was glow in the dark, and I thought, Christ, that'll look cool as hell in the room. So it's sitting ready to be unboxed. But that would be my. I generally every year do a big toy treat just before TFN opening, so it's sitting waiting for pre-TFN.
You're gonna have to sit in your toy room in the dark though to appreciate it.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, you have to turn the lights off.
Just put it in the bedroom or something.
Your bed. Do you know what I got? I got when there was a KO of MP10 Shattered Glass recently, and it came with a wee UV torch, and it is outstanding for making the glow in the dark stuff light up. And glow in the dark is one of my favourite toy gimmicks.
You are, yeah. You're quite a fan of that.
So, like, sitting in, I remember the day I got it, I came in here and I brought the boys in and we just put the lights off and just, like, the Toxic Crusaders shelf that's over there just is gorgeous when the lights go off. This is going to be incredible. But, yeah.
You ought to get some black lights on the underside of your shelving.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
That's a good shout, actually. Yeah. That'll look nice.
Yeah, I have the original of this one when it first came out, and it's just it's a fantastic Unicron. And what I love about it is when you transform it, it does become a ball. It is a ball. There's no square or bits hanging off the back. It's a sphere. And so the engineering on it is amazing. It's really, really good.
I didn't get this when this came out, and the aftermarket prices are shocking. So I'm kicking myself. No, I'm not getting this because I don't want a ball of snot hanging from my ceiling. But I do want the original design that you gents are talking about. But it's on me for
it, then?
About $350 plus.
Did they not reissue it though? What about 18 months ago?
Yeah, that's where I
They've
got
done
mine.
it in the. They've done it in the sort of that not well, they called it pumpkin. There's like
Yeah.
a sort of that richer orange, but also darker grey. And I want that first release with a softer grey. You know, to look more 86.
Yeah, it's a bit more challenging to get.
Yes, it's more of a kind of a like a tealy bluey kind of colour, isn't it, rather than the grey?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, the other one looked good, but I want that first release one. And again, if I'm hunting on eBay, well, it's my own fault. I should have got it when I did. Yeah. Very quickly moving on, Flame Toys with their big convoy, non-transformable, I should add. And if I zoom in, you see some of it. But that's cool. It's cool. We're getting some of that. I mean, it is cool. I do like it. For a character I do want a lot more of in my collection. Yeah. At the same time, Flame Toys go in for the very almost anime style, you know, very slender. And he's not slender. He's a mammoth, for God's sake. You know, I want him to look so square, it's not even funny.
I've just got the animated Wingblade Optimus model kit from them, and I haven't built it because I'm terrible at building things, and it's giving me the fears. I've got Andrew. Do you know Andrew Virtual Dave? He's actually offered to build it and send it back because he's loved
Sim.
But I hate model kits, and blockies are the only things I can do, and I've seen people doing that Flame Toys one on YouTube, and it's put the fears up us. So it looks nice. I mean, at the moment, I've got that one, and it's 50 quid's worth of parts in a box. So I can't see me getting that.
It does look good, and I'm all for that. But I just want a big masterpiece representation of this character. Yeah. If I could get this in like what Craftsman Toys are doing with their upcoming IDW Magnus, which I've got on pre-order, it looks amazing. If I could have that sort of size for this to look like a big mammoth, yes, absolutely. And then finally, Moff, you might be able to do this. We've spoken about this, but this has been hitting a new size. This is not Transformers. This is Metal Carbots. So you have to keep me honest here. Is this?
Oh, that one is it? No, this is Dinoid Mini-Force.
Dinoids, yes, yeah, quite right. But yeah, I've been bitten by the bug. I've got one at the moment. Of this style, of this type. But I saw this one on the right in particular, and this is the right that I'm showing. And I just text Moff, and I was like, damn it, I just need this.
So that one in the right, or the one in the left, sorry, is the core bot of this combiner.
Oh my god!
And it is. So this will be at TF UK for people to see next week.
Look at the state of that.
It's just ridiculous. It's so good, so good. And there's a recolor of this. So Kapow have got it up. Shozy have got it up. Con exclusive. I can't say anything about I can't confirm or deny anything about these figures.
There's no gun to your head. But
I am working hard to get stock of both of these and the other ones. Well, I'm not wanting to get stock. That's not true. I'm working to try and get UK supplies for these. It won't just be Primetime Toys. It'll be like all the stores. That's what they're looking for, an actual distribution deal. So we're working on it. That's how we've got all these samples. I know I can. Only thing I can confirm is I'll have at least a sample of the black and red version at TFN, and hopefully very, very soon I'll be able to confirm more.
And I will be walking away with that sample when your back is turned. So yeah, it's
just make a smile. That metal cardboard just make me smile. And
they do, yeah. I mean,
the clicky ratchets and
yes.
Oh my god, it's so.
If you haven't had any of those sort of style of toys, yeah, I'm very, very careful about not going into other toy lines, and I tend to stay in my lane. But like Phil's just said, they just make you smile. They're fun. They're toys that want to be played with. That's the fun I get out of them.
Actual toys.
Fancy that. Toys that actually want to be toys. Okay. I'll tell you what, we'll stop this here for a second. I'll come back to this point because it's time for a quiz. Yes, it's time for a quiz. And it's a third-party quiz, indeed, which I'm going to get my notes up. So this is, as usual, shout out when you know. First one with the best internet connection wins. But we've got 4 questions, third-party related, and hopefully You should know them. So we'll start off with this one. I'm looking for not necessarily an exact naming, but a general name for what I'm asking for. You should get it. What was Fans Toys' first ever release?
Quake
Was
Wave.
Quake Wave. Quake Blast. Quake Wave.
No, I don't think it was. No.
Go
Was
on,
it
Moff.
not- Was it not the trailer for Prime?
Well done. Point him off. Yes. You're right. That was the first ever Fans Toys release. The trailer for Prime, and which Prime in particular?
Is it MP1?
MP1, yeah.
MPO1.
I've only ever seen that once, and it was the Sandown Toy Fair that I came down for a couple of years ago. There was a stall had it, and it was just so cool to see that very first release.
It's a bit of a history, isn't it, when you think back at it? Because that was that must have been like 2010, 9. It was going back a wee bit. Yeah. Okay. Well, 1-0 to Moff. Well done on that. Okay. Now this one's going to sting you a little bit, but it's to do with, of course, a Predaking. That one in particular, Kang Toys. So I might be a bit generous on the answer. We'll see. When their dive bomb came out, what other combiner could it connect onto? Because that dive bomb came out before the set was complete. So who could it fit onto? There's only like 8 combiners. Bloody pick one.
Menasor.
No, but thanks for playing.
Who would it come? I'm trying to think who would have a backpack kind of stuff. I don't know.
How long since did it come out?
The wings didn't fit, but dive bomb in arm mode could fit onto a non-Predacon related team. You are wrong, Nips, and you are wrong, Sam.
No idea.
That was Zeta Toys Superior.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there you go. Okay, you could have just shouted out combiners. Like you had like an 8th chance of getting it right.
Do I get half a point for actually trying then?
I was like, well, sure, why not? You're not going to win anyway.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Well, we're not going to bow well for this one. What was it? Actually, Ed might know this because he did do this with me once. What company? Hold on. Yes. What company made the figure Apocalypse as a Transformer?
Apocalypse.
Third party. I'll give you a hint. It's from War of Cybertron video game.
Not Planet X.
Very good. Yes.
Oh, well done.
And the character was.
Oh, not a clue.
Oh, how did you get the obscure name and not the character? That was Triptychon. That was the big boss that you played.
Because I've got a Planet X War for Cybertron figure on my desk to talk about later.
Oh, there you are. And I bet you don't know the name of that either. But yes, it was Triptychon. Okay, so your half a point annoyingly comes into equation because you and Moff should be tied on 1 apiece. But there. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes then. Final question. Who made the legend scale figure, the IDW Ultra Magnus, and what was the figure's name? So I want all of that.
Iron Factory, wasn't it?
It was Iron Factory, but I want the name as well.
Disappointing leader.
No, that's the leader of the Labour Party, isn't it? No, topical. I don't often do that on my channel.
I can't remember the name. My brother's got it.
I've got it up there as well. City Commander.
That's the one.
Again, it's Ultra Magnus. You could have just taken a stab. I suppose cool. with your half point, I suppose Phil wins. But there you go. You win absolutely nothing.
That's a point and a half more than I've ever got on one of your quizzes.
It's very true. I don't try and make them easy because then I don't know. I want to give you guys aneurysms. Right. This is going on to something that Sam shared with me recently and goes into my first topic of discussion for the evening. So, come here. Fans Toys Calatrava, their version of long haul that they're doing for their Constructicons, does not, will not, cannot have a waist swivel. And apparently, once upon a time, this was going to be the case. There was supposed to be. This has been something that Bobby Skullface has been discussing. That's how Sam's brought it to my attention. There's big discussion on the matter and a good one at that. But what leads to my point of saying how Fans Toys tried to do this, tried to have this engineering waist swivel and then took it out for one reason or another. And then leading on to my point then of also, I will just carry out this, is that they were looking to do an all-in-one feature, a bit similar to MMC, which if you look at some of the other offerings that Fans Toys have released, like Gary and others, there's gaps. If you look inside the figure, the legs are hollow, things like that, that could have housed bits and parts for connectors. So this is my point now. What do we expect from third party? When you've got the likes of a Fans Toys who have been in the game and now released so many figures like this, and they don't have some of these parts, what's the minimum that we should be expecting when we say, like, particularly when Fans Toys went to the approach, allegedly, of having these things in and then taking them out? Do we as long-term loyal fans say, no, hold on a minute, you should be putting this in because we've been putting money into you for so many years. You should be So what do we expect? Do we expect things like waist swivels and stuff like that? And then when it's not there, do we have the right to be a little bit aggrieved?
But I think Fans Toys have dropped the ball a bit compared to X-Transbots, because X-Transbots have suddenly decided they're going to make really good figures with the Constructicons. And I don't think...
Not with anything else, just with that.
just specifically.
I know someone said to me they bet they've outsourced their figures because they cannot possibly be X-Transbots quality.
But I think that they're so much better from what I've seen than the Fans Toys, in my opinion, anyway. I think what you expect depends on the company. So Fans Toys haven't always been known for their articulation. If MMC didn't have a waist swivel, I'd be really disappointed. So MMC, I expect posability and fun. I expect it to not. I expect it to not break my hands when I transform it. If I transform it, Fans Toys, I expect a bit of accuracy. I'd expect it to have a premium finish, a lot of paint, and be well built.
But do you want to be paying that kind of money just for something to look pretty? Because the Fans Toys figures do look pretty. They probably don't get beaten in terms of prettiness.
Posability, because as you know, my pleasure from it is in photographing it. So I want the posability. So that's why I'm getting the MMC Constructicons. But I think Fans Toys have got slightly better at articulation in the last couple of years, so maybe it isn't acceptable now.
Go on, Ed, what are you saying?
I was going to say, it's an interesting, when you said about it looking pretty, that was the comment I made about Sovereign 2.0. Mm-hmm. It looks pretty, but it's lost all the character from Sovereign 1.0, especially articulation. Yeah? It doesn't have half the articulation of the original. But bringing it back to what we're discussing here, I think there's three things. I think there's what we expect, what we'd like, and what we get. And I think at the moment, certainly Fans Toys is kind of like hovering in between those three areas. I suppose from an engineering point of view and a long game point of view, maybe Fans Toys are just looking at the bigger picture and thinking, right, we want to make the Devastator the main focus. And maybe these little bits of corner cutting in the individual bots are with that in mind. Because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would assume that, I mean, I know myself, probably the majority of people, when they get all these individual bots, they're going to be displaying them as Devastator. Yeah, it's going to be Combine, it's going to be Devastator. So if that's what you want, then you will appreciate having the focus and the articulation and it looking good in a combined mode. I mean, I had, years back, I had the Toy World Constructor, and the individual robot modes on that were absolutely garbage. It was just like, it was chug. It was just like, what's this all about? But once you got him combined, he looked like an MP style Devastator. And that was, the articulation, and that looked great. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, but if one company can give you the whole package, what's missing from other companies and not also being able to do that? Especially given when you say you're paying fans' toys money.
I think that's the thing for me. It's just like for what you're paying for, and Phil is absolutely right. You look at some companies that do seem to prioritize it over another. So Planet X, just because we brought the name up earlier, they're not known for hyper articulation. It's not their sort of style, and that's okay, fine. But I think even if it's, fans' toys or not, a third party's not cheap. I'm telling you guys, you're paying north of 100 per figure. You've got to expect some things. And I think Sovereign 2.0 is a real good example of something looking $1 million. But it just and even to a point, as say, with X-Transbot's Abaddon, which again got quite good reviews, but tucking in its arms underneath its barrel, just look ridiculous, holding its undercarriage. And there comes a point where it's like, well, what am I paying for here? What do I want? And I feel like waist swivel, to the point that some people say we should have ab crunches in. That's a bit harder, but waist rotation, and to a point as well. You've got to think that we tend to. There's two ways to say this. We tend to store them up on shelves and they get dusty and they stay there as centerpieces. Fine, and they'll probably do an A stance, which is okay. Or like Phil says, you take them down and you get them into poses and you take photos of them, which is great. They're absolutely fine. But if it's just going to stay in an A stance, then it's a bit like, well, what was the point? What was the point of anything? What was the point of that money being put in if it's just going to stand as a statue? I want it to, if I'm going to pay that top dollar, I want top dollar. I want everything that it could possibly afford. And I think with Fans Toys for the Constructicons, this is their third bite of the cherry now. This is their third team. They're now going on to a fourth with Technobots. And they've come away from frames. They're trying other things, and I don't think they found the right formula. They seem to be changing their minds midway through. They did that through the aerial bots, and quite frankly, it pissed me off. But it's just like, there's things that we should expect. We've been putting in £100 a figure every year.
Which has a hole in the chest or something. I've seen people selling filler pieces for it.
Oh, what is it? Hold on. Which bit do you mean? Do you mean long haul?
Like right at the top, yeah. There's a hole below the head.
Well, not necessarily, because there is a gap section, but that's where Hook's gonna fall in, because he's got like a dippy down bit, so he's gonna dock in as part of the security bit. But I was just thinking of it.
So I was just going to say that's the thing. I mean, with talking about this waist swivel, maybe it's been omitted because it's part of the combining process. Maybe it was a weak point once it was combined.
I get it, but I'm trying to remember actually with the Superion, and okay, that had a big torso frame, but that had a waist swivel. I'm pretty sure that did. Looking at it, I'm almost certain it does. I don't know. I just feel like it's something that we should be a little bit more demanding of. Like, there's certain things you should hit. That's my.
I also think as well, when you say what we expect from third party, I think other than that as well is I'd expect them not to get scratched and marked and damaged when you transform them.
That's a big one. Yeah,
you'd want that, wouldn't you?
Particularly when it comes to Fans Toys, and I heard that a lot with Sovereign 2.0.
Yeah, Sovereign and also Warhorse and
Hoodlum
Doc
did that. Cyclonus, Hoodlum and Cyclonus, the Fans Toys. I don't.
You had trouble with Cyclonus? I didn't.
But they chipped badly.
I don't think I've had chipping on Cyclonus.
No.
The die-cast chest is prone to chipping.
Oh, it's because, hold on, I'm thinking of transformation. He kind of goes in and under himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, the chest kind of pivots down. I mean, I'm on a replacement chest for Cyclonus.
Oh wow!
I do not transform third-party figures unless they come in art mode, because I don't have the time or the inclination, or I don't hate myself enough. This is why I like. Like Missing Link, because Missing Link are fun to transform, and Chug is fun to transform.
I think it depends on the third party. I think it depends on the third party, because like Fans Hobby and a Masterpiece scale I think
Yes.
fans' hobby can't be touched. Like, I think they're so
Oh,
enjoyable.
They're
Back to
big
what a
fun.
transformer should be at its very core. Obviously
Agreed.
not at the same level, but the other company that I absolutely love now is Doctor Who. Obviously not in the same par of prices and stuff, but again, they're just, it should be fun. Like, these should be fun. Fans' toys are a different bit. For me, fans' toys are almost hot toys. They're like, you're buying that and going, I want to put it on the shelf in that mode. And like Ed said, like, I've bought I've kept the Constructicons. I've not opened them because I'm wanting Devastator. Like, I'm the nicest way. If there was no way to combine them, I wouldn't be buying them. I wouldn't be displaying them individually. So I'm like, I want that experience of getting them out, getting the six together, and combining them. And as long as that final combination looks great, then I don't worry about the individual bots. But it's, and I think like it said, is like, I think most people are going to be like with the Constructicons. Like, are there many people buying the Constructicons to pose them in alt mode, to pose them in the individual mode? No.
My brother, he's buying the X Transbots for bot mode, and he's buying the MMC for Devastator, and he's going to display them together.
I think Sam's doing that. I think Sam's buying. Is he buying XTB for robot?
Yeah, he's doing like me. I'm doing X Transbots for robot, and the thing, I didn't want to go in for MMC because they are just a little bit shorter in terms of combined mode. And then I saw Phil's photos, and I was like, no, I can't go. Sorry, you was your brother's photos, wasn't it? But it was just like, no, I can't go in for 3. 3 is greedy.
Yeah, I'm thinking I need your jobs where you can just buy.
No, we all need Moss jobs because they literally come to his house by the bucket load or by the truckload. So yeah, we need whatever Moff's doing. Yeah, but that's my fault. Is just when you look at things, it's like I won't spoil it, but today I reviewed, and I'm currently in the process of editing the Takara Predaking, the Call of the Primitives one. And as I was fiddling with bits of it, it's like things that came into my mind. You're dropping X amount of pounds, money, or whatever the value, and it's like there's things there that should be there, and it's like this isn't new. We've been at this for a while, be it in Takara, Masterpiece, Hasbro, or third party, and it's a bit like how often when you get a figure and it's just like, oh look, no waist swivel, oh look, no elbow bend, and
So, genuine question for each of you: if you look at your like, I imagine, look, I can see the background there. I've not seen your collection, but I can see the behind the two years, and my Transformers room's the same. How many of that comes off your shelf and gets transformed? How many gets changed? How many gets done? Or do they end up just posing the way they are on the shelf, like most of yours are? And for me, once I've kind of got it, maybe the first month, but vast majority, don't get transformed. So, because we're commenting there about them being practically statues. Well, I would challenge and say that probably 95 to 99% of people, when they buy their Transformers, they kind of go on their shelf and then they become statues anyway.
That's just true.
So
that is true.
Photograph them all though, and I try and photograph ones I haven't shot for a while. So today I photographed MMC's Nox Prominent, and I hadn't shot him for a while. So
I like that, because I like that aspect of it. I love hearing from photographers who do that kind of bit of going old stuff, because it's like it gives you a chance to experience your collection. Like, so
I shoot a lot of animated as well, and that's my favorite party. But I love shooting older stuff because it's stuff. All the new stuff is you get a lot of it at once, and some of the older stuff you might not have seen for a while.
Yeah,
I think I try and. I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but I try and transform everything at least once. I'm still on the world's longest record for MP36, however. But you're trying to put everything into an alt. But you're right. Once it's done, I don't know. Got Takara Inferno up there. I love that figure. It's great. I've got it for years, and I've transformed it. One. I probably haven't transformed that in about 6 years, maybe. Fine. I'm not doing it every 5 minutes, but it's like. But at the same time, it's something that you should experience and enjoy. And I just feel like when you're putting in that level of money, I think there should be some things. But hey, that's just me.
I think I used to, like, before I took over Primetime Toys, I was always like, if I won't transform it, then what's the point in having it? But see now, like, my limited amount of time, I'm very picky and choosy on what I'm actually going to open and transform. A lot of it just gets opened and put on shelf as a display because I want to display that. It's the same as like I buy, you know, so like I bought a Cops figure, like that's a display piece. So like, why would a transformer feel any different? Like just because it's a transformer, I need to transform it. So I kind of got over that very quickly when I realised that I had been piling up stuff going, I'm waiting till I can transform this to open it. And went, no, I'm not feeling that anymore. Like I'll keep, there are ones like, as I said, like the bacteria, where it's like, that's a special. I do want to transform that. I love transforming the previous version. I want to see that in both modes. There are absolutely transformers that come in that I'm like, I cannot wait to transform that. The Doctor Who stuff's great because it's so quick and easy. But a lot of the Masterpiece stuff, or even some of the bigger Hasbro stuff, it just comes in and I'm like, I've bought that for that mode because I want to display that. I'm not desperate to transform it. So, but everybody's got different wishes.
I've transformed. I'd say, with the exception of one, I think I've transformed all mine at least once. The one I'll never transform is MP36 Plus. I ain't transforming that. It's just I ain't marking that chroming up.
No, I was going to say that was scratched like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, it will.
I mean, I've got a knockoff version, and that was blood boiling. But 36 Plus is a gorgeous piece.
But it's, I think with third party Masterpiece, it's that. I mean, I buy for the robot mode. I'm not overly bothered about the vehicle mode. If it comes with a nice vehicle mode, I don't know, say Inquisitor. Inquisitor looks gorgeous in its bar of soap mode, or whatever you want to call it.
It's the best flying slipper you've ever seen.
Yeah, or the other one that looks really nice in vehicle mode is Jive, but the toy version.
Yeah,
with all the branding. That is absolutely gorgeous, is that?
Yeah.
But it's the kind of thing that, yes, I suppose we do treat them as statues, but they're for the most part, highly posable statues, with the added benefit that if you so wish, you can transform them. But like I say, most people, and looking at your shelves behind in this, like you've got them in robot mode, and that's probably how they're going to stay. And I think, I don't know, from my point of view, I mean, if I'm feeling particularly self-loathing and I want to hurt myself, I'll pick an X-Transports down and try and transform that. You know,
go do it.
But you might do it until it breaks in your hand.
Yeah, I kind of miss the days with Masterpiece, like the early Takara ones. So your MP Prowl, your Sideswipe, things like that, Wheeljack. They were fun to transform. They weren't overly complicated, and also they kind of, and I think this is something that Masterpiece has lost over the years.
Yeah,
they weren't a slave to the cartoon aesthetic. Yeah. You know, they were stylized. They had recognizable vehicle modes, but the robot mode was a slightly stylized with enough of the cartoon, model in there to be recognizable. Where now, with Fans Toys, say, for example, they're trying to adhere to it too much. And it's like, no, come back and just give us something. That's why even now, when it's been so long since I've made them, and I've got them all down there on the shelf. I'm a huge fan of the Ocular Max Perfection series. So like Backdraft, Road Crane, Terigis. I think they're gorgeous, because they are like a natural evolution of the original G1 toys. It's as though someone's got the G1 toy, sprinkled a bit of pixie dust on it, and it's just got like articulation, and it's bigger. They're beautiful, and they're not that difficult to transform either.
Yeah, I mean,
the new MPG Style Gen Prime. I love that.
That new like somewhere between MP44 and MP10.
Yeah, it's really easy to transform. Very posable. Looks really cool. Big pointy antennas on the side of their head, and I love him. He's great, and I know people have got criticisms about the way the Masterpiece line's going, and I know we're talking about third party, and this is official, but just when you're saying about simple transformations and fun, that to me is the best of both worlds.
Oh yeah. Someone at Takara needed to lose the job over MP44. I was just like,
Oh, that transformation is horrible. For what is Prime transformation is a bit like Grimlock's one, in as much as you can't mess it up. It's been perfect for years.
Yeah.
Okay, broadly speaking, it will transform always the same way. And then MP44 came out, like what you do with the legs. It's like, who slept on that keyboard?
I love the MPG09, the super the Jinrai. I just got the nuclear quest in, and I was like so excited to transform that. The small Prime felt very much like those old style transformers, where it's like, this is enjoyable to transform. This is fun to transform. Like, it's not a horrific transformation. In Nuclear Convoy one is just black. It's gorgeous, like actual gorgeous.
And I mean,
I'm conscious we want to get on to other people's topics, because we've got on about mine for quite a bit. So appreciate the input, gents, absolutely. But I know you've all brought things to the table, so I want to get round to everybody. Moff, we'll start with you, with your first topic for discussion for this evening.
So mine would be that aspect of, like, I suppose it's the question of, for third party, of like, we were talking about what was kind of missing, what do we expect? But it's, for me, it's what's the fun bits of third party? Like, why is third party still relevant after all these years? And for me, it's the aspect, like, you know, third party originally probably started with when it did the kits to try and give you the toys that you didn't have. Like, we were talking last night on the show about the classics, Prime, and was it Fans Project? No, was it Fans Project that did the commander set for Ultra Magnus? Is that right?
I think so. I know which one you
It would
mean.
be that sort of time they were kicking around. Yeah. I mean,
and that was the kind of bit. It just was like, it was like, oh my god, it's giving you stuff that you really want to be able to see that in that kind of style. And I think that's the how's that evolved now?
I think for where we are now, I heard a line years ago was that third party was made with more love, and that's true to a point, but only to a point, because it's like, I think if you look at it in a very narrow view glass, which is, it's made by fans for fans. It's very easy to throw that tagline around, but it's, you say made by fans for fans for things that we're not going to get. Okay, so you're not assuming then that Takara is going to release this figure. And if you look at Takara in just the usual MP line before MPG, and God knows what they're doing with MPG, but if you look back at the figures they were releasing, it was like you're starting to get skids, and then you were getting all these other ones. It was just like, I got no promise that we're going to get Fall of Cybertron and all these other weird and wonderful things that third party does. So third party was supposed to come along and say, well, we'll do them. We'll make them ourselves. Yeah. And it was to be, to use the term, missing link. Okay, great. But I don't think it's that anymore. And I think that's where your question comes in. What is it still about third party? I think now it's a case of, all right, if you're an established third party, you've got your traits. If you're MMC, you've got your crazy amount of black magic articulation and all this kind of stuff going on. Okay, now do the figures. Now do the figures that you want to do. And you can build up your repertoire and release them. But if it's coming to a point where, I don't know, are you just releasing for the sake of releasing and we're sticking with you out of loyalty? Maybe. You know, and if you're relying on still being that gap in the market, well, Takara could turn their attention and fill that gap. Then what do you do?
That's very tribal, isn't it? Now, it's very tribal with people being loyal, like you're saying there.
Yeah, but that's not just in Transformers. Like the probably the most loyal, but I also think toxic one is Ramen Toys. Like, if you ever go on Ramen Toys page and give them any negative feedback, the fanboys jump on you like ridiculous. And it's like, wait a minute. Like, I'm allowed an opinion. I pay money. I'm allowed to give an opinion, and it's okay to be negative. But I think it is that aspect of you become blind to it. And there are people who do that with Hasbro, and you know, you see people who are like, "This is the best thing Hasbro have ever done." You're like, "No, it's not." Let's be honest. Some of this stuff, but I think it is for me when I think of it, like the fun bits, like. When we were at Manchester, and it's kind of not a third party transform, but I think you'll indulge me. Like, on Friday night in the bar, and we're bringing out the metal card bots, and like, I'm showing you the Flash Vector, and the two of us are like, this is great fun. Like, and it's I haven't had a Hasbro Transformer because Missing likes Takara, so I'm going to let Takara have that in the same way the MPG09. I haven't had a Hasbro Transformer that's given me that level of fun in a long while. Like, I think probably maybe weirdly, the Armada Prime, like, was the last time I thought this is really good, really fun, and not expected.
Yeah, that's a good figure.
But I think a lot of the more recent stuff, like I totally dropped out the Prime stuff. I bought a Sure Shot because I needed to have them for a collection, and that was the most recent Hasbro figure I'd opened before we went to Manchester. And then I'm opening the metal cardbox, and I'm like looking at the Agabus price, and I'm going, these are actually cheaper than this. And wait a minute, like,
that's true. Yeah, it's much closer. Yeah,
kind of frightening. And I think that's the bit that, for me, at that end of the scale, I want it to be fun. At Fans Toys end, I want it to look good. But at the Hasbro kind of end, I always defended Hasbro and say Hasbro make the most fun Transformers, and I'm not quite sure I feel that way anymore.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I think Dr. Wu do. I think if you're going to say what's fun with what I was saying, Dr. Wu, for me, pound for pound, are the most fun transforming robot out there just now. Just every time they come in, I'm excited. It's the only thing that as soon as it comes in, I'm like pulling it aside and opening it.
Which, of course, you can buy at Primetime Toys.
Hey, I never said it.
No, I'll do it for you. I'll do your plug for you.
Thank you.
No, sir. I think the last Hasbro figure I had that was fun, and it was a knockoff of a Hasbro figure. It was a Studio Series Prime, Optimus Prime. You know, the 86 Prime.
Yeah.
That and sort of like it was just. It was like £40. It was 40 quid, and you got all these accessories that just added to the play value.
You didn't mind it for 40 quid, did you?
No.
And it was just like
it for 40 quid. Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, this is cool. You know, this is just there's lots of fun. And then I think the one after that would have been the little Didymus Prime. You know, the deluxe G1 style Optimus Prime.
That is good. That is a good toy, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fun. But bringing it back to third party Masterpiece, I think the last fun one from Takara, really, for me, would have been Inferno and Grapple with the genius engineering for the crane holding up.
But that's like knocking 15 years of a great, don't get me wrong. But
this is what I don't get.
That's how far back we've gone.
Figure, they've essentially re-released it with a green paint scheme.
With Grapple, yeah.
It's £200 quid.
Yeah,
where the hell they've plucked that price for that figure from?
They're doing the same with the Soundwave repaint. And again, like I still always say that I think the Soundwave, and I mean I'm a Soundwave guy, I think the Soundwave is the best masterpiece they've done. Like
that's lovely.
It's gorgeous in both modes. It's so fun to transform. Like I bought a second one just to have as a desk transforming toy. It's just so good. But the doing it in the repaint and the animation style, don't get me wrong, I am buying it because I'm a total Soundwave mark. But it's the extra price on it, like compared to what it was, and I'm like,
yeah. I mean, I think Phil's made a very good point of like it's very tribalistic at the moment. I think if Takara got their act together with Masterpiece and really wanted to have a go on it, and I do put Beast Wars aside on that, because we've said about it, they're actually going to finish a Beast Wars cast because you can do.
Yes.
Thank God. But it really opens the door to third party. And that really was and I've always got this tin hat theory that Takara and Hasbro turn a blind eye to third party because it's like, well, we're not going that way. We're not doing Devastator in Masterpiece scale with no way swivel, you fools. But they're not going to do that. So okay, so it opens the doors for other companies to do so. But what's fun about it? Well, now at the moment, in the beginning, like Prime's trailer, we come back to that first Fans Toys figure. It was a missing link. How ironic that very first one was a missing link. What you didn't get. Don't worry, we're a third party. We'll do it for you. And so great. That's what third party was. Maybe still should be. But now it's practically its own company. But a lot of Fans Toys, I'm picking on Fans Toys a lot. Don't worry, I'll get it in the comments. But you'll get people saying, well, Transformer Masterpiece is Fans Toys. Well, it's not your license. You just jerry-rigged your way in there and you've been there so long. But it's like, is it still fun? I think it is loyalty now. It's loyalty and reputation as much as anything else, because they're the ones doing it and no one else has.
So for me, the fun for third party is the stuff which you would never get officially. And I've got a couple of them on my desk to talk about, one of mine. But, you know, stuff like MMC have done the female Armada, Megatron and Tarn and Gal.
Yes, yeah.
Stuff like that. Stuff like the
That's
GI Joe Rolling Thunder, the Planet X stuff. I cannot remember who it was. Was it Mech Ideas? Bluster and Trench, the animated figures.
Yes.
And I've got the Mario repaints.
So that,
Stuff
the
like that.
assembly ones, wasn't it? They're
You'd never get that ever in a million years.
Yes.
So that's fun, because you're seeing stuff where you're like, oh my word, I cannot believe that exists.
Yes.
Someone in the chat before mentioned the Batman figure, and MMC did a Joker as well.
That was a good one, yeah.
This
was really nice.
Fun. Like filling G1 gaps. Like, yeah, it's impressive and they're pretty. It's not fun, is it? Like, you're filling masterpiece gaps, and some figures will actually physically paying you to transform them. Fun is different. It's stuff.
Fun is getting a Joker
crossover
that you're not going to get. It's
I've got the more I get closer to finishing the robots I feel like I want with the G1, the more I'm drawn towards oddities. You know, like I bought DX9 Terror, the Shattered Glass Rodimus. That's beautiful. He's got a massive mustache. I've got the Bull version of Sideswipe, the black and gold Bull Sideswipe figure. Just weird figures where you'd never get an official version in masterpiece form. And that's, for me, what's fun about third party. Fun in the unusual.
And I think that's a good one. Like, as I said earlier on, the fans hobby. Like, what fans hobby do just always, from getting my very first fans hobby with the Armada Megatron, which I can't think of his name, Meg Tyranno. Just was like, this is great. And then I went back up and picked up Power Base and stuff like that. But their take on Pretenders, like, that was great fun. And, you know, when I'm thinking of TF Con, I'm just like, give us the next Pretender. Like, what are you going to do next? Like, how are you going to take that to the next bit? Oh, I mean, that's a great toy. I've got this
big chunky boy, isn't he?
Yeah, I've got this
but fans hobby do big chunky robots, and they are brilliant fun. I was saying that, and I've said this to you before, Moff. The Hasbro Armada Prime kind of knocks Naval Commander out of the water a little bit.
I was convinced I'd get Naval Commander based on loving Meg Tyranno, and then I just was like, I'll wait to get an opportunity, and I never bought it.
I put the Hasbro one alongside Meg Tyranno, and I was just like, I'm done. But that's fine for me.
Yeah.
Well, okay, cool. Ed,
sorry,
do you want to go next?
No, for fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still enjoy it, but I kind of just want it to be over. I want to just complete my ARC crew, and then just sit back and just enjoy it. Yeah,
I don't. In the garden.
Yeah. Just sit back and just think, you know, and it's done. I still get enjoyment out of it, but I don't think it's fun anymore. What's fun for me now? Well, there was a brief period of fun with the new age Dinobots. That were like, oh yes, I'm enjoying these. There's fun, but they're now done. The fun now, I think, for me, is in the missing link stuff. Yeah. And I mean, I've said this before. If I had a cast iron guarantee that Takara would end up doing, say, the full art crew or whatever, you know, in Missing Link, I think I'd get rid of my masterpiece.
I think so too. By the way, I agree with that.
I think I'd get rid of masterpiece, and that'd be because then I'd have me full season 1 box G1 collection, and then I'd have my Missing Links to complement them. You know, and the MPs would go. But I mean, I'm also finding fun in the collecting businesses thing with stuff outside of Transformers. I mean, Mythic Legions figures. You know, I've got a little sideline of those going off, and they're just absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, you know, figures. You know, they're just the detail in the price point, the accessories, and things like that. So I appreciate the engineering and the thought and the process of the third party, but I think it's time now. I think they just need to round off a certain section, then move on and focus on, focus on post 86 stuff. Then, start doing headmasters, more headmasters, target masters, other lines that come past 87, which I've no idea on because I checked out by then, so, doing some more of the later stuff.
I mean, it is a case of like, how long does this go on for? When you consider between Takara and third party, it's been 15 years. Is it going to go on for another 15 years? Are we finally going to get the Make Toys highbrow by 15 years? God knows. We'll have to wait and see. But I think it has shifted, and I think Phil's brought up a really good point around oddities. We do that now, don't we? We get the kind of the quirky things and go, oh yeah, Batman as an MMC figure. As a Batwing, yeah, sure, because I haven't got that and I wouldn't have even thought of it. But how many times are we going, oh, look, another Prime, another Devastator, another Grimlock, another Starscream,
another Predator King?
Hey, shut up.
Listen, we'll do it. I do it the same way. Like, and I mean, you talk about Predator Kings all the time. Like, that's one that I would quite happily again, double go into another Predator King. If Vance Toys the Predator King, I'll buy that. I think. Yeah. I don't know where they did it, but I'd buy that.
I am so running out of rope. Okay, fine. Let's go on. Good chat there, Moff. Like that one. Ed, on to you, mate. What's your topic of discussion?
It kind of goes into what I've just said, and it's time frames. It's third party time frames. Because it's like. It's like, come on, before we're old. And it's like, well, shit, we're already old. It's like, and it's like when it's like with, say, X-Transbots. When is X-Transbots going to finish off their Devastator? What time frame we're looking at? When a Fans Toy is going to finish off whatever combiner they're working on, or when we're going to get Cop, when we're going to get Flash, when we're going to get Rambo, It's the length of time it takes from tease to actually getting the figure on your shelf.
Oh man,
yeah, and it's that, because that I find at the moment that's the hardest part for me, because I'm thinking, well, I want that figure. I mean, I've got pre-orders in for Cop and Flash and Rambo. The replacements of Blue Streak, Prowl, Windcharger, and Flash, which is Sideswipe. But it's a case of when am I going to see them? When are they going to end up on my shelf? Are they going to end up? Are they going to end up before I'm in my 60s, or is it? When is it going to happen? It's just so the waiting for it is, for me, the hardest part with third party.
Yeah, and I think we live in a day and an age as well where we can get stuff instantly, and it can be, if a company wants to ship it, and Moff knows this, but if a company wants to ship stuff from around the world, they could do it in a couple of days if they really wanted to. It can be done, but this is why I don't, prototypes, CAD drawings are all too easy. Throw up a drawing, a tease, a silhouette, anyone can do it. How many times have we seen things where it is, are you sending me messages in my own chat?
Well, you said you didn't have a double dealer, and they said it out, so I'm trying to be helpful.
Yeah, but you won't plug live, but you'll do it via the chat. Fair enough. You throw me off point now.
Sorry.
So what was
Apologies.
I saying? Oh yeah. So you get all excited about it, and then nothing comes of it, and then. Okay, Fans Toys do actually have a good turnout rate. Moff said it to me before. Like, they do turn out quite sort of 8 figures a year, which is actually pretty good when you're trying to make 5,000 units.
Up from where they were 4 or 5 years ago, they weren't at that point. The last 3-4 years have really stepped up, and it is. I think I reckon to you, 8 new figures a year, and then they tend to do 2 or 3 reissues. So you're getting, if you want to, you could pretty much get a Fans Toys toy a month.
Yeah, no, it is good when you look at it in that sense. But many other companies, and this will come onto a topic I want to talk about, but like if you think of Kang Toys with their Volcanicus, they're doing quite a lot with that, but that's like 4 out, and that's been 2 years, and then we got another one. So yeah, it's I don't know. I think there is too long a gap, and you will lose interest.
Yeah. I think that's a challenge.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Phil's reply in the comments.
I'm glad someone appreciated that.
I think it's the when they release or they put these bits out, and it's like Fans Toys. The bit I don't like about Fans Toys is when they kind of go, somebody else is doing something. Let's get kicking on with ours just to stop somebody else doing
don't.
it. That
you should have seen them come for me in the pitchforks. Oh, if I dare suggest that, no, they Fans Toys don't care what others are doing. Yeah, bullshit.
Well, that was it. The bit when there was the kick off the other week there, where there was 2 or 3 companies putting pre-orders up for their Fort Max. Just when Big Mac started to reveal, I don't know the company is that does the Big Mac one, but they've started to showcase more of their Fort Max, and it's like, oh wait a minute, are they actually going to do that just because of that? And it's too coincidental. It's happened too many times for it to be totally coincidence.
Sorry, so when you talk about third party and timings, do you not think it's easier for third party to get away with that because they're not held to account the same as Hasbro?
Yep.
Like it's very rare that Hasbro and Takara will announce a figure, and then the only one I can think of where it just like disappeared was the Armada Prime figure that they showed the grey prototype of, and then that just didn't turn up. I think you have to take some of them with a pinch of salt when they announce things and pre-order them. X-Transbots had about 40 odd figures on the slate, didn't they, at one point?
Oh, they throw out a card drawing like you wouldn't believe.
When I joined Primetime Toys back in 2022, the official date we had on our calendar for the 3 Omnibots was for them all to come in within 6 months, and the third one only came out like 2 months ago,
2 or 3 months ago. Yeah.
It is a total pinch of salt, and it's a challenge because, like, for me, it's something I only ever put a listing up when we get an official solicitation. But then there's some stuff that's been up there now for how long? Like, and whenever it gets to that point where I'm like, I don't know if when this is coming, I just put it out of stock. Like when Make Toys did genuinely put another solicitation out for Highbrow. I can even tell you where I was, where the email came in, and Greg and I were sitting going, this is actually happening. Oh, this is amazing. They're properly putting a solicitation out again. And then it's still not happened. And that's 3 years ago. So that just shows you, like...
What annoyed me was they've somewhat recently shown prototypes at TF Cons, and we're like, great. And they went 3 months or 6 months apart between TF Cons and showed the same prototype again. And I was just like, I mean, fine showing it in the first instance, but then make changes to it by the next one to show it. But it looks like you're just taking it off the shelf and then put it back out again.
Yeah.
My friend Lucas, who's just popped back up in the chat, he Robo Lucas on in the Robo Lucas Decal store. He had, I think, was the Omnibots on order for a ridiculous amount of time before he actually got his hands on them. Like insane amounts of time.
Oh yeah, I were waiting ages for the Omnibots and for the Battle Chargers. They seem to be on. One that's still up for pre-order and is nowhere in sight is Pop Lights, which is the pull back and go ones. What are they called? The Throttlebot Searchlight. That's still up there.
Searchlight I really do want, but I'm not going to make a tangible effort to get it until I see a prototype of it, because it's just drawings. I want to see a bit more than that.
That one's the odd one, because I want that for the alt mode. The RS2 Esco.
Yeah, it's a good car. It's a good car. The thing is, it's like with third parties, it's just like, how long do they keep going and how long do they leave the gaps? And there are some companies, and it's going to come under my point later on, that go and just never come back. What's worse is they could be halfway through a set. And it's, I mean, Geiger Power is one that comes to mind. I was lucky I got my wave of that, but some people wanted the weathered Dinobots that they did, and they put out 2 of them and they disappeared.
Was it two?
Two, two. It was Slug and Snarl, yeah. And they were gonna do a big throne for Grimlock. That was a great, like a big, like Game of Thrones style throne. It was large. That never happened. And and it's like Phil says, it's just like because they're just a company with people that are prop up startup like a Kickstarter, and they go and the money dries up. But how long does it last? I think when Fans Toys run out of cartoon characters to do, they're going to ask themselves some questions because there's been talk before of FT100. Is this going to be Prime? And is that going to be it? Are they going to do Prime and Checkout? They could.
I mean, it won't be FT, it'll be FM.
The FM, RP.
And then put it on their website. Like, this isn't us, but it's on our website if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Fans Toys, is that you?
It's you, but the quality's slightly more shit. But what's going on? It's I don't know. I don't know how long it lasts. But again, this is why I say when it comes to Takara, thank God they're doing Beast Wars. But it's a finite doing a G1 cast, G1 Transformers. You go in a Japanese continent, there's so bloody much. It's almost impossible to finish. Beast Wars, you can finish. Animated and Armada, you can finish.
They could have finished the arc through. Takara could have done the arc through. Like they could have. See, just do it. Yeah. Do it. Start from the beginning. Like that's what they've done with the Beast Wars. They've just focused on a primary cast, and then who knows? We might get expanded into the other seasons, but Takara could have done that with the Masterpiece. They could have. There was not, okay, there is license issues. Nobody's like
Jazz and Wheeljack give them headaches.
They don't need to get licensed for a T-Rex, so it's a bit easier to get so
maybe David Attenborough.
But again, that's why back to the very first bit of third party should be that Takara can't do that, and we get that and we understand it. So actually, it's good to have third parties to do stuff. Somebody put a comment in the chat. We're never going to see Hasbro or Takara. Well, maybe I was thinking Takara might, but Hasbro do a Megatron as a gun, but you can get third parties doing it, and that's the
third party will do it. Yeah, absolutely.
There is value in the aspect of having third party to give us the gaps, and I probably think that Hasbro. I don't know. The Hasbro don't really look like they're pushing for the high-end collectors anymore. Takara still are, but this new MPG kind of crossover is like the Style Gen Optimus, the Style Gen Hot Rod. Are they kind of leaning away from it, which means that third party actually are now then? If Fans Toys come out and did a Hoodlum 2.0 that's going to be more tune accurate and compare that to the MPG Hot Rod, it's going to sell. Like, people will buy that.
Sorry, what was that? There's a Hoodlum 2.0 coming.
Yeah, if they did. So Fans Toys. So TF Cons next month, I think, or is it BotCon next month? One of them's next month. That's announced. They announced a Hoodlum 2.0 that was an updated version that would sell because Takara aren't giving you that. They're kind of moving into this Style G. So there is still a gap back to what first third party was originally meant to be to fill the gaps in your collection of the toys that Hasbro / Takara won't do. And I think actually they're probably they're going to a point where now that the opportunity is for them to continue doing that.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think so. Okay, Phil, we'll go on to your topic.
Okay, so obviously parts are being discussed already, but it does follow on a bit. I'm wondering what everyone would like to see from third party going forward, specifically outside of G1. So I'm thinking now that stuff like Beast Wars was a start for Masterpiece, moving away from G1, and then you have things like Armada Animated, where my heart's at with collecting at the moment, for the retro figures. I'm just wondering how long before third party starts to tackle these things, because things like Animated and Transformers Prime, it's not going to be that long before the people who grew up watching that have the disposable income that people who grew up watching G1 and Beast Wars have now.
Yep.
So I personally would like to see third party tackle stuff like Transformers Prime and Animated I've got the Iron Warrior Leader TF Prime, non-transforming Prime, and it is magnificent. I'd really like to see third party masterpiece style animated figures. Would be incredible.
Interesting, yeah.
So I'm just wondering what would you guys like to see third party do going forward outside of the G1 bubble?
Lucas, you are in very dangerous territory now, getting kicked out of this chat.
Lucas has taken the words out of my mouth.
And you are too very dangerously close to being kicked out of this chat. Look at that big old thing. and the toy as well.
Hey. And Ian and I properly bonded over Transart. Like, the reason I have that on my shelf is
because it was a good summer.
It was genuinely like, I watched your video of Rat Trap and was like, I need to go buy this now. Like, literally watched it. And I've never been more influenced on buying something. And I was like, I need to get that. And I have, okay, there was ones that were slightly not as good, but that was just brilliant fun. And I think it was that aspect, like going into other stuff. So yeah, I would love animated. I think animated would be great. Like, but if I say that and then I go, that's probably the toy line that is still so much fun. Like picking up the original ones. Like I still think that my favorite of the kind of more modern toys is the Leader animated Bulkhead. It's just so much fun in so many ways.
But can you imagine them like masterpiece scale with the premium finish and waste?
Would they have the sound? It was the sound effects, the headmaster gimmick.
You want the toy elements.
I want the toy. That's the toy. Like, I don't need it. I actually think it doesn't need to look massively different to look at the show anyway. But
animated toys are perfect as toys as well, and they're fun. Yeah. They're just fun.
Animated.
That's probably going to be the trade-off, though, isn't it? Because if you want third party, if you want that fans toys ism, then you're going to lose that toy.
But then that's fine because I've got the original toys for that.
But see,
which is true. But that's there. That's a point I want to come on to. It's just like, this is where companies are set up differently. Fans Hobby have found a way to capture a bit of magic of two. Maybe not absolutely 100%, but a good 90% of it, I'd say. Whereas fans toys are like, well, we don't care about that. We want pretty. Well, they've done pretty, absolutely. But it's like, if you want, this is why we say about those metal card bots. It's, I want to pull it in all 6 different directions and hear ratchets go, but it doesn't cost £1,000 and it's not for a die cast.
Which experience Heavy Iron W, which will be there next weekend, is easily my robot of the year, and I cannot see anything topping it. It just is so much fun, and it actually, like, it's very Power Master Prime feel to it. But if I go to a Transformer, it's like the feel I got for the first time I opened in the Power Baser. Like, Power Baser's a beast there.
It's brilliant.
Fans Hobby did that. They kind of did the Master Force era stuff. Their Overlord is just, I love that thing, and I think that's why I think if anybody was to tackle, then the problem is, I was going to say, if anybody to tackle animated, I think it would be fun. Would be Fans Hobby, but they do big bulky figures. I don't know if they could pull off the
it's not their style, is it? If anything, you say more for MMC than them. But I mean, Fans Hobby, I like the fact that they stuck to a different corner. It's a bit missing link. Doing like no one else was doing,
because they're doing Armada, aren't they? So they are.
They are, but they've nearly finished all of that. Like, they're coming up to the dregs of that, and they were then teasing G2 Megs. I'm like, fabulous!
That's a great shout. Yeah.
I'll have a big tank of Fans Hobby quality. Yeah, of course I will. Yeah. But then it's just like, okay, what other G2 stuff can you do? Because no one else is going to do it. And it's that missing link and sticking to the size of it. But yeah, they've got to find the good balance of it, because you want the toys of fun. But what do I want to see from outside of G1? I think, I don't know, seeing what a masterpiece company could do with Transformers animated could be interesting. I'm not a big animated fan, but I know the toys have got a fun factor, so I'd like to see a third party have a go at it. Yeah. But looking at the third party companies that are out there, I don't know who would tackle it.
Would you want
to do Prime?
What about this, right? Say they don't thinking what we're thinking, like the MP style. What if, like, APC, who take the Prime toys and just go, we're just going to tweak it up a little bit, and just take a good toy and make it great. What if they took the animated stuff on and actually went, well, we're going to give that little bit of better deco. We're going to give that little bit better.
I'd be into it.
That'd be an interesting line and dangerous. Where would I fit that?
I don't know what I'd do, but I would do it.
Yeah. But Andy's point there, I know that you're feeling the same as me. The Rampage and the depth charge from Robot Toys. Oh, I'm into that.
We'll see when it comes out. I mean, we got that Waspinator coming out first, which I'm well excited
That
for.
looks so good. That looks.
That looks borderline illegal.
Which third-party company could you imagine making Transformers Prime figures?
Transformers Prime.
Because they don't have the sort of fun factor of anime.
Yeah, I think
they're more straight-laced, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd almost say this is something that Transart could have got into, because there was a little bit of like, where did Transart go after Beast Wars? But they just shut up shop altogether. I wouldn't rule out Planet X, as they're releasing stuff at the moment, but they go dormant for too long for my liking.
Yeah, I agree.
How about Magic Square? Do you think Magic Square could do animated?
They're very square, aren't they? But no, pardon the pun. But they're very kind of G1 rectangular. You want that kind of curvisms.
I'd love to see Masterpiece quality.
What about Iron Factory
and animated? I'd be interested, and I'd be interested to see if in 10 years' time, when people get the disposable income, and G1, has moved away a bit, maybe. I just wouldn't.
When we've got too old.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, you're mentioning these ones. I mean, unless I've missed something, but nobody ever seems to suggest or mention, like RID, car robots from 2000.
Yeah, but they quite often do the repaint. So like was it Magic? Is it Magic Square that did the Ruination repaint? No, who did the Ruination repaint?
That was Ocular Max, wasn't it? Yeah.
Ocular Max. Yeah.
I've got their G2 Devastator up there.
Yeah.
Not Devastator, their G2
but
Bruticus up there. Sorry.
Yeah, Ruination, wasn't it called?
Yeah.
Ruination.
So they do touch on it. They do, obviously, like we talked about the Fans Hobby Scourge. So there are ones that have done it, but they generally do it's kind of a repaint of one rather than let's go and see them do the Carbros. Like, I'd love to see the Carbros done in a kind of modern version. I think
I want the bullet train combiner.
Bullet train.
Yes,
all
do that in Masterpiece. Yeah, yes. But it's like, who has even anyone done that other than the original toy? No one's tackled it.
No.
It's just like, good Lord. But yeah, that's a little sort of corner as to what would you like to see. Yeah, 2001, great. I'm all for that.
I want a Brave Max. Like, is the only company that's done a Brave Max other than Hasbro originally was the Fans. Was it Fans Project did their
the smaller one?
Yeah, the one based on the kind of IDW.
Yeah,
on the kind of six change of the one. And then,
I know the one you mean. Yeah.
Perfect Effect, that's it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Perfect Effect. They're kind of take on Warden, but I want a big, proper new modern Brave Max. Like, I love that. Brave Max is just gorgeous colours. I'd love to see somebody do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd agree with that. I think that would be my answer, is to see some more things like 2001. I'd be more than up for. But there's Prime, and there's going to be generations beyond us who get the disposable income, and hopefully that kind of bigger Masterpiece engineering could go to the other toy lines when no one's going to care about G1. We'll be far too old, as we are older now.
More unusual stuff as well.
How are you?
Good, wasn't it? Just more, like, I was saying about the oddities. More oddities. Give me more
oddities, absolutely.
Yeah. I think what would be nice is if third party did like your animated, you might get them to go and do like the repaints into like the box sets and stuff like that. That's the kind of bit that's fun. Like, go and do the bits and then do the funky repaints and stuff. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see them do the normal toy, but go and do the hard to get bits that you're like, that'd be cool as anything to see.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Okay, Moff, do you want to go on with your second point?
I just thought we'd go a kind of short point just for ease. If you were to kind of go back to not a recent third party, an older third party, and you were kind of picking one to recommend for people to experience, what would it be?
Oh, I know Ed's answer to this one.
Mine's is dead easy because mine's is my favourite. I think my favourite third party.
Certain Hercules. No. Okay.
No. Carnifex.
Are you talking about a particular figure or a brand to recommend?
Oh no, I'm going to a figure like rather than a brand because I think you're kind of either going that way. So I think more what figure would you if you were kind of going like go back into history like that aspect you're saying for all kind of going and experience older molds for animated and the fun. There's a lot of older third party molds out there that are brilliant that just aren't talked about quite as much anymore.
Oh no, yeah, older ones. Well, I'll go and get the one I'm talking about. Go on.
But yeah, Carnifex. Like I had just reread Last Stand of Wreckers in prep for my interview in Nick Roche next weekend, and I read it probably at least once a year. And as soon as I come back in from reading it on the train, I was just like, Carnifex is just gorgeous. Like it's
a very good figure,
stunning. And that point at MMC when they did that and they did Feral Rex and they were nailing some cracking toys.
I mean, there's many I could say, but one I've just gone and grabbed.
I know what it is.
Ooh, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Make Toys Striker Manus, I believe, if I've got the right terminology for it. I love this as like this is what a Cybertronian Prime should be, in my opinion. Like when you see them, okay, you could have hovering wheels, but this is quite old now. And I love this just alongside like the MMC stuff. Like I think this is such a good looking alt mode to the point that I want like a futuristic hexagonal looking trailer going behind it. But yeah, there's some older ones that really get slept on. Carnifex is a very good shout. I'm looking at some of the Perfect Effect Warden to be IDW. That's I dare pick him up, he'll just fall. But I love that kind of big armory stuff. I really wish that fitted on to Titan's Return because it fits on G1. I'm like, if they just made that compatible, that would have just been a nice little cool thing.
Yeah.
But in terms of what that, again, Perfect Effect, Mega Gorodon, the Dragon Megatron, that's Beast Wars. That's a big one to show off to people and say, go and get into Beast Wars. Look at this massive red dragon.
That's so good.
That is good. But again, I'd say Power Baser. Power Baser, you can't really.
Power Baser's great, isn't he?
Is it Lightning Eagles?
Yeah, he's behind me there.
I bought that again. I bought that because I watched your video and I was like, I need to get that now. Like, I love the mold, so I was like, I need that now. So that's a good shout.
I think that's a better alt mode. I think the robot mode is possibly better on Power Baser, particularly if you've got these over there. But you've got the Marvel head on and the red hands. That's really cool. Nice. But nice. when you've got Lightning Eagle with a hot pink windscreen, it's just like, that's a bit filthy. Got a lot of people. There he is. That's Toy World, isn't it?
Infinitor, yeah. Like that's. I own more of this mold than I own of any other third party because I just keep everything they release that are different colors. I'm like,
you are a bit of a Fort Max fan, aren't you?
Fort Max, and this is missing. Obviously, it's not the same scale, but this is missing like Fort Max. It's G1 Fort Max, but with all the articulation that you'd want, and it's just so good. It's just honestly still love it. I absolutely love it.
We've got a few people chiming in. Sam said Fans Toys Scoria. There's Slug, sorry. But yeah, that is a good. That is an older one now. That's been out for a while. Some people really defend and stand by the Fans Toys Dinobots, and they are good. I'm more Geiger Power personally. MMC Calidus Rodimus. I wasn't as I had to backtrack to get him, and I like him, but I think MMC have done better figures maybe around him.
I've just pulled two off the shelf there.
All right, let's go. Let's see what you
got.
This just excites me because I want to see toys that I want to now pick up. That's
right. I've mentioned this one already. And it's
yeah.
I think that's a Doctor Who
tall, isn't he?
I got it from Gav sold me from TF UK. Yeah, look at that face. Absolutely stunning bot. Doesn't have some of the more modern articulation in terms of ab crunch, but it is an all-in-one Rodimus Prime. Shattered glass version. My brother's got the carry version, and I know he absolutely loves that as well. He's Desktop Quick Shots on Instagram, and he's got some great photos of that. And I had to pick up this repaint just because he has a mustache, and it's fantastic. So that's one of them. And
I look at that figure and I expect to hear Ace of Spades playing.
Well, I think I've used it as the music on Instagram at least twice.
Oh, have you? That was a nice coincidence.
Another one, which is an older figure, I've went again, older figure, but a different deco, is Make Toys Maestro.
Maestro?
That's nice.
Maestro?
Look at
really nice.
Isn't it beautiful?
Isn't that down? Is that
like
is that Downbeat? But is that Downbeat's name? He's called Maestro for G2.
It's Downbeat in G2 colours.
Lovely,
stunning. The only thing I've added to that is the
G2 logo
insignia from Robo Lucas Tech Store. That's the only thing I've added to that.
That is a logo that gets slept on, isn't it?
Isn't it beautiful?
That's gorgeous. Oh,
the only reason I've got the G1 one, I haven't got G2, but the only reason why I haven't upgraded to Fans Toys Jive is because I've got Make Toys Downbeat, and I still love it. I
sold Downbeat and got Jive, and they both do, they do different things, but I think
that's a clever way to have both modes. That's
one. Yeah, Jive is very much off the screen. Yes, he is, but there's more life on Downbeat for me.
But that color scheme, I've got my G2 masterpiece shelf. I've got like the X Transbots, Stunticons, and Make Toys. Is it? I think it's G2 Ramjet. That color scheme on the masterpiece jars is it's phenomenal. Absolutely love it. So there's my two recommendations for older figures. And I'm not just saying that one in the harder to get mold. Like obviously, Downbeat itself is still a phenomenal figure, like you said.
It's good, and it's an older figure, and it still holds up in my opinion. Lucas has come up with Make Toys Contact Shot, brilliant figure. I'm glad I finally got it when it was released, and I'm sure it's a knockoff, but I don't care. We've got Mick coming out there, Striker Menace in a noir. Yeah, it did come out in a noir, didn't it? I think it did. Yeah, there was a Jetfire you could get with this, and I know you can upgrade that, which I may get, but that'll be hard to track down. Warden's really good there. Warden with an upgrade kit for £80 all in. Bloody hell. That's a steal.
I paid £75 for Power Base of V2. I was off work with the flu, and it popped up on a Facebook group, and I was like...
wearing that button out. Yeah, absolutely.
I saw that when it got that Perfect Effect Friends in Rumble set. I absolutely adore. Great as we set of figures. Can turn it into wee guns, brilliant.
Yeah, the Lost Light colours. Andy's right. That is a nice one. Good stuff there. Everyone's going over and saying how cool that Jazz is looking. Rodimus user Crows is Lemitron. Nice. I like that. Ed, what's your choice?
I pulled two off the shelf. You have to excuse me, the boxed. But my first one is going to be MMC Kojin.
Lovely.
Nice.
Which is your ArrowFyre version.
You've been tempted to get it out the box?
Pardon?
Have you been tempted to get it out the box?
Oh, no, it has been out the box.
Oh, it's been out and right.
But yeah, it's just... I don't have the space that you guys have, I'm afraid, so all my stuff is actually in the box, stacked up on shelves. But yeah, so that one. I love this mould. I think this is a fantastic mould. And, I mean, I got this because this one was a Kickstarter. It was a backer one for this. And so I did that one because it came with, if you backed it early enough, where is it? It's here. Oh. It came with. Talk amongst yourselves.
Cat, we're all excited.
I know. You're doing a live unboxing.
It came with a translucent version of Night Beam.
Oh, cool.
Does it have a waist swivel?
So if I just open up the...
Don't be a wind-up.
There we go.
Look at that. That's nice.
That's
the sort of things you won't get, but stuff you'd expect to get with as a Kickstarter, wouldn't you? But you'd hope to get as a Kickstarter.
But yeah, that's my kryptonite, is the translucent stuff. And then the other one, which I just love him. I just absolutely love him. He's just, and it's not a character that I particularly like. I mean, I wasn't particularly over keen on the original G1 toy. I can't say I was over particularly of the character on the cartoon, but MMC Omni, their version of Cosmos.
Oh, okay. That's a deep cut.
It's just a fun little figure. He's just like this chubby little bastard that kind of like just he's just fun, and it's like I just can't. When I get him out and I transform him, I take some photos of him, I just always smile. It just makes me smile. And so for an older figure, both of them older figures, it's just they're just fantastic. It's just like
that's good fire truck, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah. I think when third party gets it right and you go back to it after so many years later, it's just like, oh, you caught a bit of magic there. The things that all of the upgrades and all of the time, and as we say, with the amount of Devastators coming out, fans' toys are likely to replace Toy World and all things like that. And then you go back to things like this and go, no one else has done that, and I still love this. Great. That's when you struck oil a little bit.
But what I find interesting is that all the choices that we've chosen have all been masterpiece, third party masterpiece, whatever you want, but they've all been interpretations of the character rather than adhering to the animation models.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think
it's a bit of an oddity again, isn't it?
I think that's where third party excels, when they don't slavishly adhere to the cartoon, when they put their own little flair on it.
I've got this guy on the desk as well, which is an oddity, but again, it's still cool and it's a bit older, and that is Planet X, which is it's based on the animated Fire Blast Grimlock, and there was a toy of the For the Cybertron Grimlock released like this by Jakar, and this is their masterpiece scale one. Again, look, it's just beautiful, isn't it?
I had the Planet X Vulcan, the one that was actually from the game. It was good. It was just a bit too small for me, but I love that massive dino head that it came with.
Very cool.
Yeah. But it's a kind of like, this is what third party can do, kind of a bit of a what if around it. And yeah, I think that's a really good question to say, what would you show people and say, there you go. This isn't something that fans' toys are doing. Takara could do it, but won't do it. This is because they won't do it. Takara won't do it. And it's a complete what if.
This is the best
question. I like that one. Oh, I remember that one.
Just for the sake of it. Like Rolling Thunder, G.I. Joe in camouflage deco. It's well articulated. You've got a core robot, and then you strap all this stuff to him. He's got a massive nuclear missile he can flee out on his back.
Is that Fans Hobby?
No, it's ST Commander. It's called.
So, yeah.
Oh right, yes.
But this is I think there was some concept art of G.I. Joe Rolling Thunder, which turned into Optimus Prime, and then this got made of it.
And then someone just came out of it.
There was more G1. There's a G1 color version. Then they released this one. They released it in black. They released it in Chinese New Year monkey deco. They released it in Arctic camouflage. And it's just a brilliant. Why shouldn't we make this? You know what I mean?
Well, that do you remember that image that we've seen, or was it the Energon cartoon of that Rodimus Prime? That was we've seen the images of like the concept art. This really big Rodimus when he was like a bit of a one-shot hero or a freedom fighter, and I was like, that's a huge chunky Rodimus in like a flame truck thing. We kind of had some toys of it, but it's never been as spot on, and that's what you want, like a third-party company to come on and say, yeah, we'll do that, just because it's a bit of a what if, and we can put our own slant on it. But then you're required on the third-party company to have their own slant. Saying that, I've got very stylized Predaking up there. For some people, it's not Predaking. It's a what if. It's very pointy, but yeah. Good question. I like that.
How about that for a third party Rodimus?
Yes, I'd love
That's
that.
the one. That's what I was meaning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see a fans hobby do that. That is
Beautiful.
crying out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that
so
brick.
good.
That's a great brick because of some of the artwork, and it's just gorgeous.
Oh yeah, fantastic book, brilliant book. That.
Okay. Who we gone to next? Who did we just have? That was you, Moff, wasn't it? Yeah. Ed, we'll go to you next.
You know, so I'm going to defer because I'm not as prepared for this as what I expected to be. So I can't really. I'm happy to give up my second third party talking topic to somebody else.
Well, go on then, Phil. That is you.
Right. I'm not one for negativity. I normally think that there's things which some people enjoy, there's things which I enjoy, and if I don't enjoy them, other people will. However, let's go. Third party horror stories.
Whoa!
That was brilliant.
Now the thing is, he turns up. He does a lot of this on. He does a lot of this on his iPad, and generally he doesn't come up with headsets. And now he's doing light effect.
Right. So you know what? I bought these stupid Bluetooth light bulbs because I found that even when I was shooting in the light box, with having a sort of even like the softest white light was still a bit too yellow, and it was influencing the color of figures. So the Bluetooth light bulb, I can like set it. I can set it as the different hues on it, but also you can have it like disco style, and you can like change the colors. I just thought that would be quite nice for the.
I like that.
That was good.
Anyway,
that was good.
I think I've said this one before, but X Transbots G2 Stunticons, specifically Dead End. I bought him his in transit second hand. His pelvis shattered, and the mushroom peg for the leg snapped. So I bought it again off, and I thought I'll just take the hit, and I bought it again off Omega Lock. And I was transforming the upper torso, and as I was transforming his arms, and I hadn't touched the bottom half yet, the same leg just fell off in my lap. And it was something to do with the mushroom peg on the G2 reissue. And eventually I had to get a very talented person to fix it and 3D print me parts for it and everything. And I'm assuming this is going to turn into a couple of people talking about X Transbots. So there was that. And then I just think X Transbots which have come in alt mode. So like their hoist, I remember transforming that into bot mode. And there are these like armatures thinner than spiders' webs that you're having to like maneuver around places. And it's just terrifying. So I'm just wondering, is there any absolute horror stories that you've had experience with third-party figures which make you,
hate your life?
Make you wish you hadn't bothered? And if you can turn your lights red, that would be fantastic whenever you're talking.
I don't think I can do that. That was good. I like that.
Wait.
You go. Yeah.
I think
Evil. I have a red light. Who knows? That doesn't mean what you think it means. That's something else. But yeah, horror stories. Probably the worst one of recent, but it's not a horror story, but it's just a bad luck. My little boy.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about this as well. Yeah.
Broke in transit.
Wasn't impressed with the quality of it, to be fair.
I mean, it's terrible. But if I put it back in place, so he broke before I could even do anything with it. Yeah. And I'm trying to think of like
even more you've had like horrendous transformations as well.
Straight away, that's Deformation Space. Yes, Deformation Space Seekers. But also, I'd even include Planet X Cacus, the IDW stylized Grimlock, which I love it in both modes, but that transformation is living hell. And it's the sort of thing like I wish I hadn't bothered. I'd also include Fans Toys Road King in that. But that's a very good third-party figure, and I like both of them, but it's very heavy going. I mean, in terms of, like, I think the worst one, I don't know, Magic Square's Swindle in the Masterpiece was pretty awful. I'm going to turn that off now because it looks like I'm just really badly sunburned. I think Defamation Space might be my horror story, and to the point that I remember bits of it. I had to get either side of the, like the vent boobs that they've got on the Seekers, like on the chest piece, and I had to get some people, and I got scar lines down the side of it, like chippage, but I've had to do it in part of transformation. I hated it. It's horrible. I love how it looks. I still think they're the best Seekers, but I've transformed them twice and never again.
I never transformed it because I'd heard your story and I was like, nope, I'm all right.
Well, I put that Facebook thing, and it was like mark safe, and I just put underneath from Defamation Space transformation. Yeah, it's the sort of thing, like I like how it looks in both modes, but I'm not doing it again. I'll never see it in jet mode again.
The worst one for me is the lemon tree purple potato.
I didn't hate that. A lot of people do.
No,
I've got
it
it.
awful.
I've got it there. Like I got it. I think I was expecting it to be the worst thing in the world, and I was just like, it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't awful.
Gorgeous in alt mode, like actual gorgeous in alt mode, but it's just a terrible transformation. It doesn't need to be in. Like, that's one I have no desire to ever see it in shockwave mode again. I'm happy for it just to display it as.
I mean, I bought it to be the revenge. Yeah, absolutely.
I think most people did. And then my only other one was I got, and I was dead excited for it, the Metagate bludgeon. I love a bludgeon figure, and I just thought that looked really cool. And it just broke in my hands, just crumbled, and I was like, this is just. So it just went back together. It could all clip together. So it sits in alt mode, broken. And I was so disappointed because it was one I really fancied.
Oh God!
There's
one for you.
It was like that X-Transbot's fiddle, like overly fiddly, and it just was like, just horrible. Did not enjoy it.
Bending and pushing bits back on themselves. So I get that. There you go, Ed. There's one for you. Transparent version of Elegos crumbled in my hands after 5 years. Oh, you cry, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Elegos is still a very well thought of figure, particularly if you get that revised paint scheme. I think you do well to get past Quietus. I still think that's one of Fanstoy's best figures ever made. But I look at Elegos from time to time and think, you're not awful by any means.
Elegos would be a good. I mean, I don't have Elegos anymore. I used to have Elegos and Andres. I had them both. I also had the sweeps that they did as well. But when
the 3-pack,
when Quietus came and then Inquisitor, they got moved on. They were nice for a few shots to have in the background, kind of thing. But no, horror stories. Right, let me. I'll just change the filter here.
Can you go red as well? Everyone's going red. Nice. Oh, look at that.
There's the red filter for Phil. I'm more low tech. It's it's coloured bits of plastic.
When to wheel out the projector.
Yeah, you guys are digital. I'm still analog. I think the last two figures that caused me issue and frustration to the point of almost throwing them across the room was Fanstoy's Ironhide and Ratchet.
You didn't like those, did you?
I hated the transformation on them. They're just awful.
Ratchet came chipped as well, didn't it? In a lot of cases, the paint on Ratchet.
Yeah. Well, my Ratchet was okay. The Ironhide wasn't, but fortunately they sent me through a bag full of replacement parts, because it came out the box just absolutely mauled. So they're two that I'm not ever going to transform again. They're done. One that I don't have anymore, X-Transbots Commander Stack.
I love that figure. Oh, that transformation is death.
Yeah, the transformation. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can respect the hell out of the engineering that's gone into transform.
No, that's death.
But it is massively overcomplicated. And I did it the once with the photos, and I thought, right, I'm not doing that again. So then, when I got the translucent yellow Commander Stack, he's in the box. He's never getting transformed. So he's staying in robot mode. There's no way I'm going to risk transforming that at all. No way. And then the last one that I'll mention is a quite recent one. It's another X-Transbots, I'm afraid. I mean, I could talk all night about Hoodlum, Fans Toys Hoodlum, but I won't because
well, you hate Hoodlum. You've never liked him.
No.
It's your one-man crusade to get that figure banned.
X-Transbots made us their version of Camshaft.
Yeah. Yes, it was one of the Omnibots, wasn't
it? The Mazda, the silver blue Mazda. It looks fantastic in both modes, vehicle mode and robot mode. However, there's part of the back section on the upper waist just doesn't tab in properly. So whenever you try to pose him, the top half just tips forward.
Tips forward, yeah.
Yeah, and it just won't do it. There's a way to do it, but it will cause stress on the plastic over time. So if you just do it once or twice here and there to get a photo, and then just don't do it, But I mean, if it was something that you was doing backwards and forwards constantly, it probably would end up damaging it.
Was there one of the X-Transbots Omnibots where it looked incredible in photos, and then when it arrived, it was just water slide decals that you had to apply yourself?
That was the like the special versions of them.
Yeah.
So like the rally deco one. Yeah. So I think those are the horror ones. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to not have ones break on me, when I've got them and transform them and things like that. I've had ones break on me after I've had them a few years. I mean, unfortunately, my Gigapower Dinobots, there's a couple of those that have got broken fingers, because the plastic is just
they're very small digits. Delicate. I got broken thumb on sludge, transforming it second time. I hadn't had it that long. To be fair, I messaged Geiger Power on Facebook. They were quite good at that point of communicating, and they sent me out another one in the bag, which was good.
Yeah, well, I did the same thing with their Grasso, their slag. It was the tail section, because it's just a really tiny hinge that folds over and clips to the back of the leg.
Yeah.
That snapped on me, and again I contacted them, and they sent me a full tail section out replacement. So they were good in that respect. I mean, to be fair, I find X-Transbots are good with me with sending replacement parts, and Fans Toys as well.
And Fans Toys have been pretty good. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like
you shouldn't have the X-Transbots. They should have good practice of it.
I've got to go in here. I've got a horror story. I can't believe I forgot it, and I will simply just show it. And I think Guzzy might know it in the chat. Right. I'm not going to remember the name of this. This is a chug figure, which has been brought up to masterpiece scale with an upgrade kit that literally put years on my life. This is Nova Prime, which was taken from the white Battle Core Optimus Prime from Power of the Primes.
Yep.
Prime War trilogy, whichever one it was in there. There we go. Thank you, Guzzy. And you know my pain. Primo Ex Mortis. I've never disassembled a figure to such atoms and molecules. Taking this, I'll even show you the bit that I haven't done because it wasn't worth my life. You can just see there with my finger. Do you see the pin, the grey pin sticking out? Get it any closer? There, where my finger is. That's supposed to go all the way through. I was hammering this with an actual hammer to take this apart and build it up. I've got a masterpiece scale, brilliant Nova Prime with tremendous back wing. I absolutely love it. And he's there alongside Galvatron. I think I aged a decade in 15 hours. It was horrible. And I've found some videos on it. It's a hard set to find, to the point that you probably spend 50 quid on the toy. You spend 100 quid on the upgrade kit. It looks incredible. It can still do the Optimus Maximus Combiner form somehow. I don't know. I didn't buy it for that. And I adore it. But I've never seen an upgrade kit where you disassemble a figure so violently. And I just hated myself. And I think I probably spent 3 weeks on it. Over the course of days within. It was just horrible. Yeah, I lost my life to it. I love it. I'd never do it again. Never do it again. Not easily paid me. On that cheery note, I think we are probably, if everyone's had their topics more or less covered, we will say our goodbyes there.
The very last thing I want to say, and you
go for it.
You're going to agree with me, is we cannot have a third party talk without mentioning this mold and any variation on it, because I just
yes,
MMC's Optus Pexus mold is the absolute pinnacle of third party transformers for me. Like,
well, go on then. We'll open up a quick debate then. We'll just go with your first. What's your favourite third party figure ever? There you go.
MMC's Optus Pexus or any variation of them, and the Megatron. How they got that from that mold.
That Megatron is amazing.
Very quickly, I just had to mention it.
That's a great shout. To be fair, that's a great shout of a toy.
I don't think I can top that, because I think I've said this as well. Like, how many figures have I given 5 stars to in reviews? And there's been 4 of them that have had 5 stars or more. 2 of them have been the same mold. It's been Optus Pexus and the Megatron mold. The Megatron is, I love Optus Pexus, the original red. He's up there.
That's good.
The Megatron is somehow better. I don't know, but it's amazing. Yeah, Black Magic stuff. Yeah, that's my favourite third party. Put you two on the spot then, gents. Ed, Moff, best third party figure. Finish us off with a bang.
Right, quickly then. I would have to say, regards quality of materials, quality of paint application, articulation, and price point, in the past few years that I've done like a top 10 Transformers of the year kind of thing, I'd have to go with Modfan's Ruler.
Good.
That goes down so well, that figure.
It's just the full package. It's just for the price, but like I said, the price point, quality materials, and articulation. You can't go wrong. It's a belting figure. The only thing I would say is just the hands. You know, you've just basically got like a But other than that, I can't fault it. Really can't fault it.
Okay, cool. That is a popular shout. Go on, Moff. What's your absolute favourite?
Probably
third party transformer.
Probably Power Baser. Like, and it's weird because it's probably the favourite. No, I don't. If you say favourite, because it's favourite or best, right? So like you and I have talked about this many times of your favourite song's the song you've listened to the most. Your favourite movie's the movie you've watched the most. So on the basis of the kind of that, like, it's that Toy World Fort Max, because I own so many versions. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a great shout as well. That's a great shout. That's a great shout. Oh,
and the original toy was somehow brilliant. This is better.
That is a good shout. Why did Trans Am have to go away? Oh, kills me.
You said Power Baser. Power Baser is amazing.
Power Baser is amazing. But that fucking toy is amazing. That Tarantulas, like, is just so good. And again, it upsets me that we're not getting them doing their depth charging rampage. You know, robot toy stuff's been good, so I'm hopeful. But that was a great toy.
This is going to be the figure that you look back on in years and say this was lightning in a bottle. You had it so good. But yeah, I think there's a lot of good. I mean, Fans Toys Quietus, I've said it for so many years. I think that's utterly amazing figure that it's probably the only one ever justified its price without being stupidly expensive. Oh yeah, actually, I haven't given mine, have I? Now I'm thinking Tarantulas. It's Quietus or Tarantulas. I'm going to go Tarantulas. I'm not. I can't. The transformation's fun. All 3 modes are good. That's my favourite third-party transform.
Really good shout, and it's just that transmetal stuff in that range is just beautiful. Do one more question. What third-party toy are you most looking forward to? Do that.
Someone mentioned it. Someone mentioned it in a chat, and I want to know where it goes. X-Transbot Scorponok.
Yes.
I'm very interested to see. It's so tit for tat with Fans Toys. Whatever you do, I'm going to do. You know, all of that, and it was just like, I think, when I saw that, like the head, and I'm like, all right, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? Yeah. I'm intrigued. I think, do you know what? That might be it, because I'm keeping an eye on Fans Toys Fort Max. I am not going to buy it, Moff. No, please do not try and sell it to me. I've got no room for it. You've got no room for it.
I've designed a pop-up. I need to stock it. Think of that. It's my bigger concern. How do I stock it?
You've got a garage.
It's full. Anyway, the literally we're stripping the get loft out this next couple of weeks just to be prepared for it. I'll prepare for that and other things. But I'm doing a pop-up banner for TFN that's going to have that in its full size on it, just so you can kind of get the scale of it. Because I think that I know that there was a Omega Lock and a couple other ones put up this pre-order the other week, which wasn't a real pre-order because there was no solicitation yet. But I think that'll come on the back of TFCon. So I think by August or by July, August, we'll have a proper pre-order for Fans Toys Fort Max.
I want to see it. I can't walk away with it. I think it's just going to be. It's going to be what. Yeah. If anything, he'll have to carry me away, or do like the scene from The Bodyguard. But yeah, I come out with it. I want to see what it's like, but it's just like how. I mean, I do dread about how you're going to post it. Like you're going to have such a nightmare with that.
Well, I've got two of the 4-foot Metroplexes that I don't know what I'm doing with them, because I don't know how do I post it, because that comes in so many boxes as well. It's like
so buy a ticket and stick it on the train.
Well, I'm going to take it. I can take it to TFN, right? Take it to TFN, chuck it in the van. That's fine, and that's the kind of place it might sell. But how do you ship that kind of thing out with it? The Fort Max, I think, it'll be manageable, because I think it was going to come in. I always thought it was going to come in 3 boxes, 3 deliveries. So I think it'll be kind of manageable. But it's just that craziness level.
I think if I was being boring, I'd say I'm most looking forward to MMC finishing Devastator, and if I was not being boring, I'm looking forward to MMC's DeLorean Vector Prime.
That's a good show.
Because it'll photograph beautifully, and I cannot wait to shoot that.
Fair point.
That's a great show.
Go on, Ed. What are you most looking forward
to? Just for a pure nostalgia hit and a lot of memories from way back, I'm looking forward to Fans Toys Windcharger.
Yeah, that's going to come out eventually.
I can cleanse my mind of X-Transbots Boost.
It's a great reason to get it alone.
If for no other reason.
I think what else I'm looking forward to, again, it's a nostalgia hit. It's not third party, but Missing Link Grimlock.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to my boy Grimlock. Those are my 2 looking forwards to.
Moff, what did you give a go?
No, I didn't. I'll cut the take. We talk about the Fans Toys Fort Max. I was watching that live last year in TFCon when they announced it, and Kerry will tell you my reactions were, "Oh, that's so cool!" From I'm going to own that. Then I went there. Oh my god, where am I going to display it? And
Where's it going to go?
Very much a realization of, crap, where am I going to stock that?
It
was such an emotional ride in a 5-minute period. I think my one I'm looking forward to the most is the Big Mac Fort Max, because it looks more G1 style toy version, a kind of more big style version of the Toy World kind of Infinite. And it's a toy that excited me. Fort Max, it was like my holy grail. And I think just in terms of what I'm looking forward to kind of news wise, that fans hobby, what are fans hobby going to do with Pretenders? Like, they've done one, they're going to give us more. I'm curious how they go down the Decepticon Pretenders, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Give us a bludgeon, give us it quick. So that's the bit I'm looking forward to.
There you go. Well, that's been a good third-party discussion. We've kind of done it cradle to grave, haven't we? So I'm pleased with that. Right, what we'll do now is just go around and just give everyone a chance to say their goodbyes and where you can find them. Of course, as always, all the links to everyone's primarily their most used social platforms in the description of this video below. Ed, we'll start with you. The Sentinel Prime video went up very recently, so you're back onto the regular products and output. So what else have you got coming up, sir?
I'm I'm going to be continuing my back catalogue series of videos, which is basically me just looking at the reissues that Takara did post 2000. So there's going to be some e-hobby in there. There's going to be some collector's edition. There's also going to be the Transformers collection as well. That's why I've got them two out at the moment too. I think the next one I'm going to be doing maybe... No, not the next one. The one after, I'm going to look at the 2002 New Year special of Convoy. Nice. But yeah, I'm going to be continuing that. And then whatever, like the what's new in the vault, what comes new in, like I did the Sentinel Prime.
Yeah.
I have a few stream ideas that I need to finalise off, and they'll come in due course.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Well, keep us all updated. Put your posts out, and we'll get sharing them as we always do.
No worries. Thank you.
Phil, fancy making it 3 videos in a year?
3 videos.
You've done 2 so far, haven't you?
Highly unlikely. I have sent you a couple of photos on Messenger. I don't know if you have the ability to kind of put them on, just so I can. I always try and say, "Oh yeah, take photos," but I've just sent you a couple for examples. Yeah, I do Transformers photography and occasional others. White background, product shot stuff, but trying to make them look as alive as possible, I guess. Yeah. I very occasionally do videos, but you can find me on Instagram, Blue Sky, X, Twitter. It's not X, is it? Let's be fair. Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Actually, funnily enough, has probably the best photo quality, despite the fact I absolutely hate it. It's like flicking the television remotes. But yeah, the photo quality is brilliant. I just love talking about Transformers and seeing and sharing other people's work on there. So yeah, if you can get them up, you can show them.
Now.
If you cannot, it is no bother.
Just so you know, it's just taking a wee while.
Well,
taking a long while.
The 2 which aren't Soundwave I took today. Rodimus hasn't been posted yet.
What a figure! Oh, what a figure!
Yeah, isn't it beautiful? So that's took that today. That's Takara.
How did you get that standing with 1 foot curved?
I propped it against a Mayfix flight stand, counterbalanced by My Little Pony Optimus Prime.
This is why you don't ask the questions to look behind a curtain.
Subject separated and brush exposure increased to match the white backdrop.
That's
very
so
good.
Nice.
And then
there we go.
That's what that is.
No, that's something else. Where's the other ones?
There
we go. I hope. You see that? Give it a minute.
I shot Nox Prominent today, which is why he's on my desk, and also the Lego Soundwave picture is probably the photo I'm most proud of this year. But they're on Instagram.
I'm finding this surprisingly hard work.
You're the technical genius out of us. I haven't got a clue how any of this works.
There we go. That should work now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
He's on my desk, and then the Soundwave one is just like probably my favorite photo I've taken this year.
Let me just get that up. Soundwave.
You have to tell me your secrets, Phil.
What?
Well, he can't with the secrets.
I've done videos where it just shows the editing process. Like, it's just learning to edit with Lightroom was a massive step to consistency. You know, I've spoke about it before. Like, I'll take anyone through how I do it. Like,
yeah. I mean, I suppose it's different approaches. I mean, the photography I do on Instagram, my inspiration came from, well, it's actually another book. It was, I think in 1999, the book came out by J.E. Alvarez. It was the unofficial guide to Transformers. Yeah. And I saw that and I thought, I want to take photos like that. It's just so, that's why I've just got a plain grey background with the figure in the middle. And I just like the shadows coming off here and there, kind of thing, you know. And just
some people don't like the shadows, and I always like leaving a shadow or two in because I think it reminds people that it exists in a physical space. And it hasn't just had the background route.
But you know,
I can't get the Soundwave one up. But of course, again, all of Phil's photos are on the Instagram link. That will be in the description below. Sorry, Phil.
No, I appreciate it.
Sorry, I had to cut you in there.
No, it's fine. No, I was just saying, I just like what Phil was saying, those kind of like product shots, or the kind of shots that you'd get if they were in like a catalog or something. I mean, I've tried the diorama stuff and I suck, and it's like it's just not my forte. Especially when you see someone like Jamie. You see Jamie and the stuff he pops out, and you just think, bastard, kind of thing. It's just really, really great stuff. But yeah, but no, there's some really creative people out there on Instagram.
Absolutely. Keep up the good work as always, Phil. And then finally, off to Moff. Do you want to talk about a certain thing that's happening next week? The floor is yours.
Yeah, so probably the next place to find me is TFUKCon next weekend. So we have sold out. We sold out 4 weeks ago. So we sold out for 5 weeks in advance, which is incredible. We increased our tickets by our capacity by 25% this year, so it's still sell out. We've sold it all 3 years that the Cobden now to sell out and way in advance with an increase was just incredible. We have got an absolute stacked lineup. It will be the last year in the Cobden. We'll chat about that at the event. So we're going out on style. We've got more guests than we've ever had. It's looking to be an absolute stonker over a weekend. So we've got Friday night, we've got Transformers the show, doing a live in-person event. Doors open from 5 o'clock, I think. I should really know that, shouldn't I? But my head's pickled with all the preparation for it, as you can imagine. Hopefully, if you can imagine the prep and everything for it. So I'm sure the doors open for 5. Just come in, have a drink, have a bit of socialising. The Friday night's always been that kind of social bit. The main event's on Saturday, with the doors opening for 9:30 for ticket collection. The traders open from 10. Panel starts at 10:30. We've got panels in the morning, panels in the afternoon. We finish at 5, and then we have got evening entertainment from the wonderful Ian and Brad doing their.
Use that term entertainment in the loosest possible sense.
They are doing pole dancing to Transformers.
We did not sign up to that.
You didn't say no. No,
it might. I didn't say it wouldn't happen. I just said we didn't sign up to that.
So they're going to
for insurance and training purposes.
Not bad for old timers. So I've heard.
Hey, piss off.
That's good. And then we'll finish with a Meet the Basics quiz, where it's everyday going against everyday in a Kahoot and see who can be the top. Last year we did a kind of quiz, and it was can you beat McFeely? And RJ beat McFeely on one question, and it was on a guess question. So RJ, it doesn't count as a real win, as I've continued to for a year. So this year it'll be an interesting one. Everybody's got the opportunity to beat Chris or for Chris to beat everybody, so it'll be interesting. So yeah, it's looking like an absolutely jam-packed day. Some absolutely great guests, some great people there, good traders. So if you've got a ticket, come along. There is a waiting list, but to be fair, the waiting list, there's no chance if anybody added to it now, there's no chance I'm going to be able to get rid to them. There've been a couple of cancellations and a couple of people who've been able to sort tickets out for, which has been really good. And I'm glad we can kind of keep making sure we've got the capacity, but the waiting list is longer than I'd like to have, but hopefully in the future we'll have enough space to be able to accommodate everybody, and I look forward to seeing lots of people next weekend. I'm doing a wee live stream tomorrow just to kind of give an update on the Primetime Toys side. I've kind of tried to get into a habit of a Sunday live stream just to kind of say like what new products have come into stock, what new pre-orders have went up, and what to kind of look forward to. Tomorrow will probably be more focused on I'm just seeing the skyline. Thanks very much. Tomorrow we'll be more focused on what we're taking to TFUKCon next weekend. My wonderful wife is in charge of the stall with my son helping her, so I'm letting her pick the actual stock this time round. Like she ran the stall at TFN, but I'd kind of pretty much picked the stock. But I've asked her to kind of take the lessons she's learned to kind of give her a chance, because she's going to run the conventions from now on in, so she'll run the TFN stall, which will allow me to do some other things as well. And we will have, as I said already, we have got, I think we've got 29 different bots between the mini force.
You moved your head because that was poking you in the face.
So we have got all these. So this is all the mini force we've got. And then we've got, as I say, piles of the metal card bots. They'll be on display. We have got some stuff from Blockies for display that's not been released. And we have something big, incredible, and special that has not been announced that will be on display from Friday night. So we've got loads of cool stuff. So MD's coming along. Come, have fun. There's loads of merch to be bought, loads of cool stuff. And I very much am looking forward to it. Looking forward to see people in person as well.
And looking forward to seeing you as well. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for sharing your evening with me. It's been a very good chat around all things third-party and Transformers. And thank you very much to all of you for watching. Do give these guys a check out on the links below. Do hit the subscribe button. It will really help out. But thanks for watching. As always, I will see you on the next one. End stream. End stream again.